Hey guys, what's up? It's that time again. Should be a lot of fun, hopefully. Alright. I'm quite a few people in the chat already. It's always good to see. Oh yeah, people were asking if the lists were gonna be NA or JP, but it will include every servant on both lists, so yeah. We will hopefully cover everything. Alright, let me swap the screen and I pray I have the right setup here. Hey, I do. Okay, hello. Oh yeah, I got my haircut finally. It's much more lighter, I gotta say, which is very nice when it's a very warm summer, so yeah. There you go. I got my haircut on Tuesday, so it's still very fresh. Alright. But yeah, basically we'll start with the gameplay tier list, which will be mostly, you know, my opinion, like the previous lists, when I made the waifu and the husbando list, that was mainly my opinion. Of course, you guys get to, you know, influence me as well. Feel free to try to sway me in a direction or two. But obviously, since the gameplay, it's not really that much opinion based as like a waifu or husbando list. But of course, there will be, you know, differences in opinions. I mean, I guess they're still opinions, but they're more factual in a sense, so yeah. But after this, you guys will get to make the waifu list, and I'm so hyped for that personally. I tried to set up a poll beforehand, so you guys get to vote on every single servant. So that should be a lot of fun. I'm very looking forward to that. But yeah, we'll start off with this. Haircut intensifies. Yeah. Dude, it feels so much lighter, you have no idea. It's great. It's an overall list of all the servants 1 to 5 stars. It's just 5 stars, by the way. Looking for my mans. Dude, it has everything. I'll show you. You should see this where I'm scrolling. So yeah, it has every single servant in the game. It even has Last Belt 4 servants. I tried to look a list that has everything, and luckily there was this list that has everyone. Hopefully, I didn't go through, you know, all of them, you know, one by one. I just checked if Last Build 4 was there, so I'm just, you know, hoping that everyone else is there as well. Of course, I can't really know, so, but yeah, I'm just gonna assume everyone is there, but we'll see. If you guys spot anyone who's missing, then I don't think there's any way for me to add more, but yeah, it is what it is. You notice there's also a tier that I added, which is cannot evaluate, which is, I mean, of course, I haven't played with all servants. So, I mean, the servants that I have played with, of course, my opinion on them is very solid, but some I haven't played with. Of course, some servants that I have not played with, I can pretty much place them, because I know how they work and how good they are, but some, like, let's say, oh damn, that's a notification I have. Let's say like who should I use as an example? Like Arjuna, normal Arjuna, not Alter, because I've never used him much. My opinion on him is not amazing, but yeah, some of those servants might end up here. But I'll try to place everyone within these proper tiers. But yeah, that's just there as it's like a fail-safe if anything. So there you go. We're doing NA and JP first. This has everything, so I guess it's JP in a way. Yeah, should be good. I think we can start, because this will probably take a while to do both of these lists. Oh yeah, by the way, can you guys hear the music? And if so, is it on an appropriate volume? I didn't have a lot of time testing it, so I hope the volumes are good. So yeah. This includes male servants, yes. Yes, this is the game playlist. We're gonna start with this, but after that, the chat gets to make their waifu list, so yeah. Good. It's good. You can hear it. Nice, nice. It's fine. Okay, good. So I think we can start. Oh man. For this, when I'm using my browser, I actually had to bring in my laptop again because I still don't have a second monitor. I'm still using my laptop as a second monitor, so I'm reading you guys over there. I can still see you because I have my glasses, so don't worry. But yeah, I'll mostly on my main monitor. I will be looking at the browser. So if I look at whenever you see me look at this way, you guys know I'm rating you. So there you go. Alright, let's get on it. Oh, first up of the stream, we have Anto Koki. Thanks for the sub, dude. You're back on Patreon now, big boy. Took me long enough. Yeah, I actually saw the notification just now. Thanks a lot again, Chris. And welcome back. I missed you, man. Anyway, let's start. I'm gonna go within order, so... Basically... Oh yeah, I have a wiki open. Just in case I need to check on some skills or noble fan times and whatever. But yeah, for every servant I won't be checking them. But yeah, basically we're gonna start with Abigail. One of the only 2 5-star foreigners in the game. And yeah, she's definitely weaker than Hokusai. It's not even a question. So overall, she's okay. It's not amazing or anything. Oh yeah, of course, when I evaluate, I will put servant cost in a big role here. So an SSR has to be good for me to give them a good rating, because they cost a lot. They cost, what is it, 16, I think? I should know this. I'm embarrassed, but I think an SSR costs 16 in a party. So yeah, it's basically, that's also a heavy, you know, the factor here. So Abby, oh man. Besides fighting Berserkers, she's not like Hokusai where you can use her besides against Berserkers, I think. I mean, you can, but I probably wouldn't. For Abby, she's okay. I would probably put her in the C tier. She could be a B tier, to be honest. Her skills are okay. They're okay. You know, again, we might swap some things around when we're done or down the road. So, but I think a C is, you know, where I'm gonna start with. She could be B, honestly, but yeah. Yeah, there are no pluses or minuses. It would get really complicated otherwise. We're just gonna, you know, keep it as simple as possible. But yeah, here we go. It's Achilles. Now Achilles, he is pretty strong. He actually might be the strongest AoE rider out there. I'm gonna quickly open up his page and check his kit, just so I give him a fair evaluation, but he is strong, that's for sure. And with the addition of Scotty, he's definitely even better. So, yeah, I'm just glancing quickly through his shit, because I know what he does, but I'm just giving myself a reminder here. Yeah, he's really solid. It's really good. Yeah. His attack could be higher though, so you know what? I'm placing Achilles still on A. He's not EX tier. He's not EX tier, but he's a very, very strong unit. So you'll definitely be happy if you have Achilles. Then we have Alexander. Not Iskandar, but Alexander. Again, Alexander was buffed a couple of times, I think. But for a 3-star, he's actually pretty good. So he definitely gets some points for being a low star, because it costs way less. And his MP can actually hit pretty hard. So I think he's definitely at least on the C tier. That might be a surprise for some of you, but it's either a C or a B. But considering his low cost, it might be he might be on the B tier in my opinion. See a lot of you guys suggesting B and C. It's pretty fair. For now, I'll put him in C. Let's. I'm not gonna, you know, think about these too much, because this is a long list. We're gonna have to get through both of these lists, so it's gonna be probably at least 3 hours this stream. So it's gonna be a long one again, but I definitely want to do them both. And now, Salter. Oh man, when the game launched, you were actually pretty much a top tier Saber, but since then many Sabers have been added. You're still strong in the AoE Saber category, don't get me wrong, but I'm pretty sure her instinct still hasn't been upgraded, which is a damn shame. She's probably gonna get a buff very soon, but as right now, her kit is actually pretty basic, and yeah, I mean her MP still hits very hard, so which is always a bonus. But can I justify a B? Again, it's a B or a C in my opinion. But considering her kit is so outdated, I'm gonna have to put her at C. It might look bad right now, but we should get more balance here. These are in alphabetical order, it seems, so yeah. Just because her kit is so damn outdated, I'm gonna put her at C. Anyway, we have Lancer Arturia Alter. Again, slightly outdated kit, but still a very strong unit. Definitely stronger than Salter. She doesn't have like instinct or anything, so at least I'm pretty sure she doesn't. Again, I don't have her in either server, but I've used her a few times and I know what she's capable of. She can do big crits and her kit is overall pretty nice. Her MP very strong. So, and with the cost of a 4-star, she's definitely at least B tier in my opinion. She can do massive bursts of damage, but outside of those bursts, you know, her damage, she doesn't really have amazing consistent damage, but she can burst, and that's pretty good. I'm gonna put her at B for now. And we have Amakusa. Again, 5 stars, so he kind of has to be good to get a good evaluation, but of course the strongest thing about him is that he's a ruler, and we all know that ruler is easily the strongest class in the game, so he gets a lot of points just from being a ruler. And his forte used to be that he has AoE buff removal, but the thing is, several other servants nowadays have AoE buff removal like Ivan and Kiara, so his niche is kind of fading away. And of course his kit, pretty outdated I would say, with only 1 buff to his stun skill. Yeah, it's pretty outdated. Revelation generates very little stars for what it's worth. So, I mean, he's still a good unit. It's just, I would still put him at B. You can't go wrong with a ruler, honestly. You just can't. It's just a good class overall. I don't think any ruler would be below a B, to be honest. It's just a broken class. Yeah, let's move on. Anastasia. Actually, of her, I have a pretty good opinion since I have her myself. And, yeah, her damage isn't amazing, but she has a lot of utility. Survival skills, not a whole lot though, in terms of that, but utility out of the roof, like, or out the window, I should say. Lots of utility. Team buffs, debuffs, skill seal. I mean, an MP seal, in my opinion, would be better than a skill seal, but of course skill seal has its uses. But overall, she's on the weaker side of the so-called farm casters, so I would probably put her at C at best, sadly. She is a full arts caster, which is not, I mean, there's several others, but yeah. Her spam, it's not amazing. It's pretty mediocre, I'd say. You know what, for now, I'll actually put her at D. There's so many other good options out there. This might surprise a lot of you guys, but for now, I'll leave her at D. Considering she still costs the SSR cost. Remember, that's 16 from your party cost. Could you spare a slot for her in like a try-hard situation? Who knows? You might not. She might be too expensive for what she offers. Oh man, of course, we're here already, so it's Andri Mayu. Goddamn. Memes aside, Andri is possibly the worst servant in the game. Very possibly the worst servant in the entire game. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think you can even argue anything than an E. It's just, his class is super niche. He can't really do anything besides against rulers. He's very weak. He does very little damage. His kit, not amazing at all. low stats because he's 2-star. Not even his cost can compensate for, you know, getting a higher tier. He's an A tier. Yeah, he is pretty much the weakest servant, which is kind of fitting, I guess. Anyway, then we have Anne Bonny. Yeah, I always treat the Archer version as Anne Bonny and the Rider as Mary, because that's how the sprites work, so it's easier to distinguish. But yeah, I'm just gonna go over Anne for now. I'm gonna quickly glance over her kit, because again, I don't have her in either server. I pretty much know what her kit does, but just to make sure, I get a quick glance here. She's pretty strong actually. So yeah. Let me check. What do you guys think? Interesting. I see C's and B's, I guess. Anyway, she has 2 attack buffs, which is pretty good. And an absorb. Not a whole lot of stars. Guts. Not bad. MP is one of those the damage when low, more damage when low. I don't know. I mean, she's still pretty good. Her attack, on the lower side for a 4-star, sadly. But yeah, I think she's like C material. She's still a good unit, so yeah. Anyway, yeah, we have Mary, of course, to follow. Again, I mean, her kit kinda has synergy in it because it's very star focused, and then her MP is like again, low HP nuke. But the thing is, her MP and her kit don't really mix well together, in my opinion. And there's definitely a lot better single target rider options out there, in my opinion. So it's kind of oh yeah, damn. A lot of you guys are saying B, huh? Damn. You guys really evaluate Mary highly, huh? I mean, I can't really blame you. She does have uses a lot. Hello, Gentle. I don't think I can give rate her more than a C at least. It's C at best for me. D is kind of low, I think so. Yeah, again, it might look bad right now, but yeah, just average, I think. Not amazing, not terrible, pretty average. Yeah. Here we have Salieri, another Avenger already. Yeah, he's I've used him a bit. I have mine actually fully skilled in JP as well. Salieri. The thing is, he has the highest attack of all 3 stars in the game, so he can actually hit pretty hard. But on the flip side, his HP is pretty low, and because he's an Avenger, he's kind of weak. Not to mention, he doesn't really have any defensive buffs, so either you have to protect him, or there's a chance he dies very easily, sadly. But damn, he can hit very hard, and his spam is okay. I would say he's capable of producing spam, MP spam, that is. He is a very, very interesting servant, I have to say. But again, besides against rulers, he doesn't do a whole lot. You can use him, but you would probably use someone else other than him. So for now, I'll leave him at D. It might, but the thing is, he might get a higher rating later because of course, he's a 3-star, so he's a lot cheaper than some other options. But yeah, I'll just leave him at D for now. Damn. Oh man, my voice will be gone after this. Anyway, we have Arash. Again, Arash is just an amazing servant. Fits in. See, he's perfect for farm. Fits in some niche challenge comps as well with some setups. So, damn, for what he does it amazingly well. So I think I'm actually agreeing with you guys here. I think he's in EX tier, considering he also has the cost of a 1-star, which is barely anything. And even when you don't even have him fold, his MP hits super hard. Like, he hits really hard. He's an amazing farmer. And considering most of the game is farm, like 99% of the game is farm, he's definitely up there. He is really good. Then we have Arjuna. I was talking about him in my example earlier. Again, don't have him in either server, but of course people meme me and say he's absolutely terrible and whatnot. Again, he still hasn't had a good buff yet, sadly. He did get his animations updated, but still, the cost of a 5-star is like you would expect to get more, in my opinion. So, I mean, and everyone knows that instant death is kind of a bad mechanic, that it doesn't really work in any tryhard content, and it's true, it really doesn't. He's pretty much a farm servant at best, and even then there would be a lot better options in my opinion. So yeah, sadly with his cost, he's somewhere in these. I think E might be a bit too much. I'll just leave him at D for now. Just hopefully gets buffed soon. We can only hope. Anyway, moving on to Arthur. Now Arthur would have been pretty low, like probably E or D, but he did get his pretty big buff on his instinct. Damn, he can crit really hard right now. So have you guys seen his buff? Yeah, he's a crit servant now. Of course, his niche is still against giant enemies. Wait, what did you say, Freebird? Let me look at this. You heavily disagree with higher rating SSRs versus 3, 2, and 1 stars. Just do different lists for different rarities. These ratings are unfair. I'm just basically rating for what they do. I mean, I think it's kind of, very fair on how I'm rating them. Like, I don't think I should separate them, considering, of course, in actual battles, you will pick servants of different rarities, and you have to consider the cost. Like, you cannot pick 5 SSRs. That's just not realistic. Your party cost would not be able to hold 5 SSRs, so you have to consider the cost. Who are worth it and who are not. I think it's a very fair opinion for me to consider the costs. But I mean, I respect your opinion, Frey, but yeah, this is how I'll definitely do it here. The cost does matter a lot for me. Anyway, Arthur, after his buff, hits pretty hard. So, yeah. I mean, you can pick 5 SSRs, you just don't get a lot of CEs in that case. And that's not really desirable in my opinion. Still, everything besides his new buff, he still has a pretty generic kit. So it's probably one of these, but I'll leave... God damn, I wish I had the buff on NA, because I don't have him in JP. I would like to experiment with him more. I'll leave him here for now, probably. Ugh, it's hard, I don't know. It's really hard. It's really hard. I'll leave him for there for now. And then Archeria. Everyone knows her as the spam archer. I don't think any other archer spams as hard as she does. So she's pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. You can make her work pretty easily if you have her. But would I rate her EX? That's hard. She's an excellent archer though. Definitely on the better side of the single target archers. Her damage still is not like absolutely mind-blowingly amazing, unless you of course have high MP levels, but we don't really consider that here. That would be kind of unfair for most people. But yeah, I agree with you guys. I think she's an A. She's a very excellent unit. Very good. No complaints. You will be very happy if you have her. I sadly do not, because my summer was terrible, but yeah, there you go. She's still very good. And we have normal Arturia. Now, NA people might not know, but she did get buffed in JP quite a while ago, actually. So she's actually okay. And she, as a Buster MP, can actually do some spam. The buff actually made her pretty good. For farming, she's actually really good now, in my opinion. Eve, thanks for the sub. I would, yeah, she's not the meme E tier anymore that she used to be. The buff was actually pretty good. What would I place her though? She's probably at least a B. But A might be too much. Yeah, probably B. B for now, yeah. She's very good. Sadly, the buff is not yet out on NA, but, you know, sooner or later. That's good, because you've gotten 2 Altria books, yeah. I mean, you'll be very happy in time. Then we have Lancer Arturia, non-alter. It's kind of funny that many people say that the alter is actually a lot better. It's hard to say, because normal Lancer Arturia does have that juicy 50% battery, which actually makes her pretty good in most scenarios where you would run her. Meaning you can run some pretty good Cs on her. Like you could actually run a Black Grail if you have a good support. So, and her MP does have Invul Pierce, which is potentially a very strong attribute to have as well. Sadly, the rest of her kit is pretty outdated. Charisma, again, not a super strong skill. She is A or B, but probably B. If her cost was the same as Alter, she would be an A, but as is, I'll probably leave her here for now. Then we have Wu Zetian. Probably, I still don't know how to pronounce her name. Can't do Chinese, but yeah. She's like a offensive quick support, as in she does have a single target MP that does quite a bit of damage, but she also offers minor quick support to the team. So in a way, she's kind of in an awkward spot. Not to mention, Assassin is considered by many the weakest class, considering their damage modifier is, you know, not good, to say the least. It's as bad as it gets, and they're mainly considered star generators, but I think she can still definitely work. But now that we have Osaka Behime getting many buffs, we have Scotty, all these other quick supports, it's kind of hard to evaluate her. She's probably C tier, to be honest. I think D is kind of too low, because she definitely can be used. So probably C tier. How can you put Arturia and Amakusa in the same tier? Why not? Amakusa is amazing because he's a ruler, and Arturia is amazing after her buff. I don't see the problem. Anyway, then we have Asterios, another 1-star. And again, a pretty good 1-star in my opinion. He can do a lot of work in certain challenges, definitely. He offers massive debuff potential. Sadly, his kit is kind of awkward in the sense that he also has some, you know, DPS skills, but in a way they also work, definitely. Any bias rating so far? I don't think so. There might be some unconscious bias, but personally I don't think so. Yet, at least. Asterios is still a very good unit. Like, most of the 1-stars, if not all, actually are pretty good. Do I put him in A? It's hard to say. Oh man. It's hard. It's hard to say. I'll put him in A for now. A for Asterios, right? And then we have Astolfo. I'm gonna try not to be biased here, but I really like Astolfo personally. Of course, as you guys probably well know, his biggest problem is his horrible MP gain. Like, he cannot gain MP for shit. Of course, after his buff to his 3rd skill, he can get a 50% battery, which helps a lot. But after that first MP, getting a 2nd MP is a really tall order. Like, it's really hard. His MP gain is absolutely terrible. And of course, RNG crits and RNG star generation is kind of a turn off for many, and I can totally understand that. And not to mention his previous 2 skills, pretty terrible. 1 turn attack buff for self only and an RNG stun. You could do a lot better. But then again, his NP, if you can get it off, it's pretty good. He gets I think it's a 2-hit dodge. Or 3? Fuck, I should know. I should know. I think it's 2 though. And it actually does a lot of damage, especially if you have some MP levels. But even at MP 1, actually does a lot of damage. But everything, having said all of that, I think he's still in C tier, to be honest. It's just, there's a lot of problems. There's a lot of good stuff, but there's a lot of problems. So, yeah, 3 heat evade. Oh, yeah, there you go. It's pretty good, right? Yeah, it's pretty good. C might be because of a bias, but I think C is fair, to be honest. You guys probably rate him in D, but yeah. Here we have Atalante Alter first before the normal copy. I'm gonna have to look her up again. I haven't really used her much at all, so I'm not sure if I even know what her skills do. Okay, I don't even know if I can rate her, but I'll check her out right now. Let's see. Star Absorb, Party Quick Performance, so basically the same skill as her Archer counterpart. 1 turn dodge, crit damage, MP skill on MP1 ST. So apparently she's a crit berserker. Interesting. I didn't actually know that. Attack is okay, not bad. Has some survival. But again, her absorb buff is only for 1 turn, and considering she's a crit servant, only having 1 turn of absorb might be a problem. Because Berserker absorb is absolutely terrible. Yeah, Berserkers absolutely do have horrible star absorb. It's kind of hard. The class and kit combination is definitely pretty awkward. You know what? I might place her at here for now. Honestly, if I had used her at all, I might be able to evaluate her, but I don't think it's fair at this point. But if I were to rate her, I would probably put her between like C or D, maybe. Something like that. And we have, anyway, can't even speak. We have Atalante, who is actually pretty good. I think Atalante Archer is very underrated. Her kit is pretty strong. Of course, the quick buff, only 1 turn, absorb, only 1 turn, but then she has a dodge, which is good, and that comes with an MP gain buff. And her MP actually does a lot of damage if you combo it with her quick skill. I assume the same goes for the Berserker as well, but damn, Niantic can actually do a lot of damage and be that support you might need. Again, this might be a bit of personal bias here, but I definitely think she's a strong archer. I would probably put her in B. Definitely a very strong archer. Yeah, 50% quick buff is absolutely no joke. And it's party wide, so if you can combo that, very good. Anyway, Altera. I do have Altera myself, and pretty much when I need an AoE Saber, I use her. Well, mainly because she's MP2, but she would probably hit the hardest anyway at MP1. Again, Altera, lots of damage. The thing is, her MP gain pretty mediocre. Skills, tactics is obviously pretty terrible. Her second skill is very versatile, which is good. Offers offense and defense. And her third skill, considering it's a self-attack buff, it's pretty good on that side. It's probably on the far better side than most self-attack buffs. And her MP, of course, hits hard. Even if it's one of those generic AoE damage reduced defense after. But I still think she's a very strong Saber. This is hard. I've used her a lot, so... Do I rate her in the same tier as Arturia after her buff? Yeah, the MP gain is not really that good. If you don't crit, you don't really get a lot of MP. But with support, she can shine really well, in my opinion. It's a C or a B, but which one? For now, I'll put her in B. Damn. Anyway, Avicabron. Again, this might be personal bias, but I think he's pretty damn stellar. Especially if you manage to max his third skill. I think his third skill is the only one that actually gets a pretty sizable upgrade when you get it to rank 10. For those of you who don't know what his third skill does, when he dies, he gives the remaining surviving party members invincibility for 2 hits. But if that skill is rank 10, it's actually 3 hits. And that's pretty damn good. Also, his rapid words goes up to 80%. Sadly, you can't guarantee an MP with that without some other help, but it's pretty good. First skill is pure DPS for self only, sadly. So, in a way, he's kind of selfish, but in a way, he's not due to his third skill and his MP offering MP gain to the party as well. So I see he's more of a support than DPS. He can definitely work on a lot of challenges though, and he's a 3-star. So, you know what? Because he's a 3-star and he has the potential to be very useful, he's at least a B. To be honest, I'm very tempted to put him in here. He's very good, but for now, I'm gonna leave him here. For a 3-star caster, he's really good. Speaking of 3-star casters, we have Babbage up next. In a way, he's very similar to Avicabron, but I think he's worse. Of course, he's still okay, definitely usable. I've used him a lot. I like Babbage. Nothing wrong with Babbage. But he's kind of old at this point. Definitely not E tier. But yeah. Again, his kit not very amazing. But yeah, I think I'll just leave him here for now. Definitely not E though. He can be absolutely used as your go-to farming caster if you so desire. He's good enough for that. So yeah, I think D is fair. Alright. Then we have BB, Welfare BB, not Summer BB, just a normal Welfare BB, and damn, she is good. You guys know, BB is good. And also being a Moon Cancer, she fills her niche perfectly. Although outside of her niche, she's not amazing, but definitely usable. You can use her, absolutely, even if you're not fighting Avengers. But if you're fighting Avengers, obviously she's EX tier easily. It's not even a question. But the thing is, you have to consider that most scenarios do not have Avengers in them, so how good is she actually? Like I said, you can use her. Would work. She's a crit servant with some utility and a very hard-hitting MP as well. So, because of her niche, I'm gonna rate her A. I'm not gonna rate her EX, because if you're fighting an Avenger, easy EX. But like I said, in most scenarios, you're not fighting Avengers. But again, her kit and MP, free MP5 mind you, still make her a very solid servant. So yeah, she's very good. And we have one of the strongest 3-stars in the game, Bedivere. Damn. Now that's a strong Saber right there. Again, if you manage to MP5 him, it's gonna be a bit hard considering his story log, but if you manage to eventually MP5 him, damn, his MP hits super hard. For a 3-star, it does more damage than several 4-stars, and maybe even better than some SSRs. Not even joking. His skills are, in my opinion, somewhat average, but they're still good. Again, tactics, it's pretty bad, right? But, yeah. I would still rate him in A. He's so good. Like, he's just a good unit. Even if you have just MP1, you should still level him up. Very usable at MP1 as well. Hey, Razzle. Oh man, Beowulf, huh? Let me, he did get buffed as well, so I actually forgot what his buff did, so let me quickly... There's something to do with crit, I think. Where's Beowulf? Beowulf, there he is. Let me check his buff again. Oh man, crit star absorb 1 turn, critical damage 1 turn, and that's about it. Okay. So he can have that 1 turn of absolute dominance. Like, you can have that 1 turn where you just absolutely melt someone. But outside of that 1 turn of buffs, kind of stale, not really doing a whole lot. MP gain pretty terrible for a Berserker, of course. And again, besides that, 1 turn of absorb, you can't really absorb at all because you're a Berserker. And other than besides the buff, Kit is actually pretty generic. Oh man. I think I'll still put him in C, even though he got buffed. There's just a lot more better Berserkers out there in my opinion. Yeah, and speaking of, you know, possibly better Berserkers, we have Penth. Hopefully I didn't spoil anyone, but yeah, Penthesilea. Again, a very solid unit right there. Just gonna quickly go through her skills again. I pretty much know what she does, but yeah, just a reminder. Charisma, Golden Rule Beauty. Oh yeah, her niche is of course against Greek mythology males. Damn, that's hard to say fast. Has Divinity B even, and MP does a good amount of damage. So of course the overcharge is pretty meaningless. Her attack, very high attack for a 4-star. 10.5k attack for a 4-star on base. That's really good. Combine that with her Divinity B and Madness Enhancement EX, mind you, for 12% buster increase. She can hit pretty damn hard. Like, actually really hard. And her Golden Rule can give you up to 20% MP per turn for 3 turns. So for a Berserker, that's actually pretty damn good. Like, actually really good. Of course, her problem is that she has pretty much next to no survival. So you're gonna have to protect her if you wanna make her work. Because if you don't have... you wouldn't want to run her in a DPS comp. Absolutely not. You would need at least 1 solid support in there. But for what she offers, she's a glass cannon. An absolute glass cannon that can do so much damage. She's really good. But an EX is hard though. But I'll put her at A for now. She's a really solid unit though. I think A is pretty fair in my opinion. Pure damage. Just protect her and you'll get a lot of damage out of her, definitely. Even without her MP. So yeah. And we have Billy, another strong 3-star. Pretty much, well, of course, it's the meme that there are no terrible archers, and it's true. It really is. We have Billy, who is obviously a really solid DPS. Has a strong battery, has a survival skill, has 2 crit skills, meaning you can have that 1 turn of absolute face melting. Like, he can crit insanely hard, and his MP after the buff deals so much damage. It's crazy how much damage his MP can do. It's absolutely nuts. I think the modifier is like 3,300% after the buff on MP5, which we're considering MP5 here because he's free at MP5 pretty much as a permanent 3-star. So yeah, I think a B is fair. B for Billy, if you will. Yeah, I wouldn't place him in A, but again, really solid unit. Like a really good unit. Oh man. A 3-star that might not be as solid as Billy or some others here. We have Boudica. She's like your budget AoE, and not AoE, tank art support. Kind of a mixed bag, if you ask me. Not terrible. Actually usable. But the thing is, her first skill is, in 99% of the cases, her first skill does absolutely nothing. And that's huge. You can't have a dead skill. A dead skill is just horrible. Then a guts, I mean, if your support, your offensive skill and support is a guts, it's not very good. Her arts buff, really good though. It's a really good 3-turn team arts buff. That's pretty much her best, you know, thing there. But again, we have other options for that. Her MP after the buff is actually pretty good too. But the thing is, her MP gain is actually pretty terrible, and she has no battery or MP generation in her skills. I think it's a D at best, but I think E might be too cruel. But a lot of you guys are saying E though. she might be here, honestly. I don't know, it's hard. It's really hard. Oh no. Is the stream lagging? I'm seeing some worrisome messages from YouTube. Oh what? I'm dropping frames. No. Oh no. Oh no. Let me close some stuff so nothing should be on the background. Is the stream good? Hopefully it is. I'm just gonna assume because I haven't seen any, you know, rip messages. But yeah, there you go. Narrow Bride. Interesting that. Wait, why is she here? Oh, B for Bride. I get it. Okay. Okay. Narrow Bride, huh? Really solid support. Basically, yeah, offensive support, I should say. She does offer some okay damage with her MP as well, but she's definitely there for supporting purposes. She's pretty much like an art support without an arts buff, if you will, if that makes any sense. But the thing is, the buffs she offers and the targeted heal, like, of course, all of her skills are targeted, which is a big plus. Her MP doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but again, she's not there for damage, pretty much. You would pick her for supporting purposes. So, with that being said, she does have the cost of an SSR, but still, I think her kit more than enough warrants a good rating, and I think she would be an A. She's a really solid unit. Can't go wrong with Narrow Bride. You can even pick her outside of Lancer fights, just due to her being a solid support. So yeah, that says a lot. Then we have Brynhild. Again, I don't remember what her buff does, so let me check. I don't have her in either server again, so check. Brynhild. Luckily, I have the wiki open, so this doesn't even take long. Ooh. Oh yeah, it was MP buff, right? Party critical star generation up for 3 turns by 50%. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Has divinity. A rank E though, which is not really a whole lot. Attack. Pretty. Actually, attack is okay. Attack is okay, I would say. Other than that, her kit. It's not amazing, but it's okay. Definitely okay. Oh yeah, the third skill is targeted, so that makes it a lot better. So actually, she's more of an offensive support, if anything, right now as well. Huh. Oh, the buffs are 3 turns. That's really good. Oh, the music that. Oh, the video ended. I'm just gonna reboot it. There you go. Thanks for reminding me. Okay, yeah. That third skill, amazing, pretty much. Yeah, really good. Rating though. She's pretty good. She is pretty damn good. Where should I rate her though? I think a B maybe? She might be here, honestly. She's just really good. I'll leave her an A for now. Yeah. Then we have Caesar, Kaiser, whatever you want to call him. The good old fat Saber. Oh man. Where should I put you? Again, you're pretty much heavily outclassed by Bedivere as the 3-star ST Saber. You're still not bad though. By no means are you bad. But again, tactics pretty bad. Charisma not amazing. And his third skill does come with a demerit. Granted, the demerit can be nullified, and the cons you get from the third skill are actually pretty good. So he's like, again, he's an offensive support in a way as well. But yeah, he's still good, very good. You can't even use him even if you have lots of SSRs and SRs. Again, whenever they will get to buffing tactics eventually, I'm pretty sure, but it's still not an amazing skill as of right now. It's hard. I'll put him in here for now. He's still a good unit, so you can't go wrong with that. Anyway, Caligula. A lot of you guys would probably put him in E, but he's pretty much the low star glass cannon pretty much. Like, he has an insane amount of buffs. So everything he does is buffs. Granted, his MP does no damage, so his MP is mainly for stalling, which is very awkward considering what his kit is for. But if you manage to land all those buffs and do a full Buster Brave Chain with him, it actually does a whole lot of damage. He's a very big sleeper on the damage department. Of course, the thing is, he's a 2-star Berserker, so in sometimes there's just one crit, he's gone. Nothing you can much do about it, considering he doesn't really have a whole lot of survival. Even though I love Caligula, he's not E-material, because he can be used. So I'm gonna put him in here, though. I love Caligula, though, personally. I think he's very fun to use. But yeah. Just too weak to be considered very viable. And we have Carmilla. Oh man, do I think Carmilla is good. She's really good. Really good. In some cases, she actually does better than Jack. And that says a lot considering how strong Jack is for what she does. Carmilla is super strong, especially if you can find that fill that niche against a female opponent. Her MP is a goddamn nuke. NA still doesn't have the buff for her MP though, sadly. That's from Halloween, also when we get her animation update. But after that, she's an absolute monster. Her kit is actually pretty good too. Lacks a defensive skill pretty much, but I think she's still very fine, even without one. She's just really good. Even at MP1, she's really strong. Some of you might disagree with it, but I'm placing her in A. She's super strong. That's pretty much all I have to say about Carmilla. And we have, oh man, Sherazade, huh? Thick caster of Nightless City, all that good stuff. Oh man. Talk about niches. That's one big niche right there. King opponents. Again, she did get buffed though, so, you know, she's not hopeless. Let me just quickly run through her. But the thing is, as you can't really use her as a DPS, her MP doesn't do a whole lot of damage if you can't fill that niche. And her attack is an atrociously low 9.2k at max level, which is outclassed by most 4 stars even. Like, and again, casters don't do a whole lot of damage in general. Just, she as a DPS, she's not good. You would probably pick someone else, like a Nidacris or something over her. RNG Charm only works against males. I mean, of course, her third skill after the buff is really good. Party White Guts, very good. But the thing is, if you don't have like follow-up for that, it's not super amazing or anything. Ay. And even that, the attack reduction is only against king enemies again. Her buff definitely do make her usable, but I don't know. Yeah. I'll put her in here. If you can fill the niche, she would be at least here if you're fighting against those king enemies, which you, most of the case you won't, but in most cases you won't, so yeah. Yeah, it's just, she does offer a lot of stuff, but damage, not really. Cha-Cha, huh? I love Cha-Cha personally, but I can't be too biased here, because we do have to consider gameplay status here. Damn. Oh man, this is gonna be a long stream, huh? Oh man. We're gonna have to get through 2 lists. There's still so many servants left. Holy crap, dudes. Cha-Cha, huh? She's free MP5, you gotta take that into account. Free MP5 on a Berserker is actually pretty considerable. Sadly, she doesn't have a battery, rather MP per turn. Of course, it's better than nothing, which most Berserkers have. But her MP does a good amount of damage. And she has the best defense down skill in the game. It goes up to minus 50% defense on a target. It's pretty crazy. Of course, it takes 5 turns to get to that, but again, you would have a 5-turn defense down anyway, which is very good against some bosses. And that free MP5, of course, is good. It's hard though. I'll place her in B just because of the free MP5. I think that's fair. And we have Kadon. Damn, Kadon. Now you are a pretty damn good support archer. Again, offensive support, but in the same vein as Neurobride, you are definitely picked for support reasons. I don't think anyone would pick Kadon for be their damage dealer, because he offers that many buffs instead. Oh man, he can, if you want a big crit turn, you would definitely bring Kadon in a team. Damn, damn, damn. Also has survival, which is good on a support. MP, utility mainly. But yeah, Kadon, very underrated in my opinion. I don't see a lot of use for him. Or actually, that's not what I meant. I don't see a lot of people using him is what I mean. Which kind of baffles me considering he's very good. Off topic, what's your opinion on Magia record? Any plans to play it? I don't really have an opinion on it. I haven't really checked it out at all, and I don't have plans to play it because playing 2 FGOs is already draining a lot of my time, sadly. So I probably won't be starting any new gachas anytime soon. But yeah, I would put Kadon in A. He's just that solid. He's really good. I even picked him as my free SR. He's permanent, and I still picked him over some story locked ones. I don't care. He's that good. Then we have Cleopatra, who also got buffed a long time ago. So, but still, her MP actually does damage after the buff. NA still doesn't sadly have that buff yet. But again, her kit is actually pretty good. She has invulnerability, of course RNG in the way of Imperial Privilege, and her MP gain, especially with her MP skill active, it's nuts. Her MP gain is so insane. It's probably the best of any assassin. Pedro, thanks for the sub. Of course Jack also has good MP gain, but damn, she has such a good MP gain. MP, even if it's Buster, it's actually pretty spammable. If you follow it up with a Brave Chain with some quicks or her Arts card, it's really good. She's a damn solid assassin, if you ask me. I'm gonna put her in A, to be honest. She's really good. If you need a solid assassin to clear enemies, she would be up there. She even might be the best AoE assassin in the game. Of course, Semiramis also got buffed, so it's kind of hard to say, but she's definitely up there. Very strong. Why put Chacha, when put Chacha above Abby, you quit the stream? I mean, considering Chacha is cheaper, she has free MP5, and Abby against enemies other than Berserker is not amazing. That's pretty much why. No guy, thanks for the sub. Anyway, Columbus, Rider of Resistance. Again, another unit that's really hard to get. He has never had a raid up, which sucks. I really want him an A as well. So getting MP5, not really realistic for most people. MP1 even is really hard to get. Of course, he did get buffed at one point. But he, as a rider, he's pretty much a 3-star version of Blackbeard. So that's not really amazing. Their kits are extremely similar. Extremely similar. They're both pirates after all. I love Columbus, but how good would I rate him? His 3rd skill is really good though. But damn, it's hard to say. More like a 3-star Drake. Yeah, minus the MP gain though. Drake has insane MP gain and she has a battery as well, so it's kind of hard to compare them. Joao, maybe? Thanks for the sub, dude. I'm still gonna put him in C. Even at MP1, which is the most realistic option, if you have him, it'd probably be at MP1. He still works, definitely. I use him in my QP farming comp, by the way, on JP. He's there on my front line. It's not bad. Yeah, I think C is fair. Then we have Cool Alter. I don't think anyone can argue that Cool Alter is an easy EX tier. He's... If you... Like, let's say this. If you had to pick one servant, you cannot pick any supports, anyone else at all. Let's be honest, Cool Alter is the one-man army. He's amazing. Like, if I'm sure everyone has used him at some point. He's just beast. He's a monster, an absolute god tier of a unit. It's not even fair. Sometimes it just feels absolutely unfair to use him. He's, as a berserker, he's extremely unkillable. He's just that good. He does a lot of damage as well. His attack is one of the highest in the game. It's just, there's nothing bad about it. He even has divinity to enhance his crazy damage. His kit has just perfect synergy. It's just, you can't even argue with that. It's just an easy EX tier. One of the best units in the game, easily, hands down. Is Mama Raiko gonna be on the list? Yes, she will be. We have everyone, so. Anyway, Ku caster, actually pretty strong. Of course, because he is a Ku, that means he has really good survival with that protection of arrows that grants you 3 hits of invul. Of course, well, Berserker too, but yeah, the 3 stars have 3 hits. He's pretty good. But the thing is, most people will only have MP 1. So his MP realistically doesn't do a whole lot of damage, and he's definitely a damage caster. He's not a support in the slightest. He is a damaging caster with good survivability. Which is not bad, of course. As a caster, pretty good. But considering you can't really get a free MP5, I'm gonna put him in C tier. If he was free MP5, he would be in B tier, for sure. But for now, he's there. And we have normal Ku. Yeah, I don't think you can really argue with this either. He's just, even as a 3-star, he's a beast of a unit. He's just so good. They even buffed his MP. I don't get it. He did not need any buffs at all. It's just so dumb. His MP does so much damage. It's crazy. It's just, I don't know what they were thinking buffing him when they did. He's just a god of a unit. And he's super cheap, so you can, like, I'm sure many of you guys, like I have, like, let's say you go into a challenge. You have your front comp and everything, and then at the end of the comp, you just put a Ku there, just to be, sure, just to finish it off if need be. And how many times has Best Boy won a battle for you? Let's be honest, everyone has probably had that moment. He's just, there's no one like him pretty much. He's just so good. If anyone still hasn't leveled him up, please do so. How long is the list now you want to see? John, dude, there's still this many servants to go. I'm gonna try and rush a bit, but again, I do want to give some 2 cents of some. Then we have Proto Ku, again, another really good unit. Still not as good as the normal one, because I don't think the beast slaying warrants the loss of the guts skill. But if you can fill the niche, again, really good. Sadly, his MP didn't get buffed when Ku did, so his MP hits a bit less. But still, Proto Ku, very good. Especially if you can fill that niche. I would still put him in B. I mean, some of you guys might be mad that I put him whole 2 tiers below Ku and not like in A or anything, but I think B is just really fair in this case. Yeah. Then we have Darius. Damn. Oh, he's kinda awkward. He has golden rule for MP gain, but the thing is, Berserker MP gain is terrible to begin with 3 busters. And his hit count is very low, his MP per hit is not very good. He has guts, I suppose, for some survival, and disengage, which is kinda awkward because he kinda dies in 1 crit anyway. His MP can do some damage considering it's free MP5, but the thing is, it's just too awkward. You can't really use him much. If you have like an MLB K-scope, sure, you can use him, absolutely. But the thing is, that can be said for anyone. So I'm gonna put him in E, probably. He could be here, honestly, but I don't know. Paradox, thanks for the sub. I'm gonna put him in E just because there's almost, in most cases, you would never pick him. Like, if there's a scenario where you would consider picking him, you would probably still go or do better with someone else, let's be honest. It might be a bit harsh, But yeah. Then we have David, who is a really, really good unit. Again, no terrible archers in the game. David is really good. He's one of the best non-golden supports out there. His second skill is what defines him, and his other skills aren't too shabby either. And his MP offers some utility in the form of skill seal, and he can do some damage as well if need be. Because he's so versatile, and because it's 3-star, which makes him very easy to just drop into a comp if need be, I'm gonna put him in A. He's just that good. Definitely one of the stronger low-star units in the game. Yeah. Harp of Healing is just really good. If you can max his skills, he will be a beast. An absolute beast. Okay, Da Vinci. Lots of utility, although not a whole lot of damage, sadly. Her MP is kind of a wet noodle. It's kind of sad considering she's an SSR. So if you have like MP1 like I do, you will notice that without a Black Grail or something, her MP is pretty weak. So in the form of damage, not amazing, but again, her MP is somewhat spammable because she does have those MP per turn. She can heal per turn, so actually Black Grail works really well with that. RNG buffs though. I'm never a fan of RNG buffs. Granted, they're 80%, but still, they can whiff, and if they whiff, you're gonna be pissed. Especially because one of them is your only defensive skill in the form of Guts. So, yeah. But, still, not a bad unit at all. Very versatile. But I would still place her in C. Yeah, I think C is pretty fair. I would still pick her over Anastasia. Yeah, I think that's a good reasoning. Also, I would pick her over Anastasia. And then we have Deon. He finally got his animation update, and, well, still not the buff yet, but soon, or the MP buff will arrive in NA as well. Deon is definitely a tank. No other ways around it. A tank. A pure tank. That's basically why you would pick a Deon. But the thing is, when most people look at tanks, they think of like Mashu, George, but I think Deon is pretty underrated. And I even say he's better than George. Of course, the thing is, the downside is that he costs 2 tiers more, but still, his kit has good synergy. It honestly does. Like, everything just works together. Even the MP is just good. And he doesn't absorb as many stars as George, so I guess there's an upside to that. Yeah, I mean, you can't expect any damage from him, but if you need protection, you need that tank out there to taunt and, you know, save your squishies. Deon is good. A really good unit. I would honestly put him in B. It's hard. It's hard to say. It's a C or a B. But I think he does his role well, so I'm gonna give it a B. Of course, tanks are mostly not needed, but I would say B. If you need a tank, he's a very solid tank. So there you go. Just came. What are we looking at? It's a gameplay tier list. So there you go. B after the buff. Let's just say that. Then we have Diermuid. Damn. You are like no one ever uses you because Ku exists. Like, you are so similar in gameplay, but yet you're so different in power levels. It's just very sad. Like, Diermuid is a tragedy. His whole life and story and everything, his gameplay, it's everything about that it's a really sad tragedy. It's just, he's so awkward as a unit. Like, why would you ever pick him over Ku, for instance? I just don't really see the point. Even, again, this might seem a bit harsh. His MP gain is terrible. He has an star generation buff, so he can generate some stars, but again, a Lancer is not really there for star generation, especially an ST Lancer. You're either looking for some support utility or heavy damage. I don't know. It's hard to say. Yeah, just a real tragedy. Then we have Drake though. Ooh, man, oh man. And I've used Drake so much myself. She is a top tier farmer, like an absolute boss in farming. Amazing MP gain, especially with Golden Rule active and a 50% MP battery, which also offers a 3-turn invul pierce and a buff to attack and MP damage in the form of Voyager. MP also generates stars and deals a good amount of damage. She's all around a really solid unit. Of course, the one downside is that she doesn't have any survival buffs, but the thing is, she's a farmer and she does farming amazing. You probably wouldn't pick her too much in tryhard comps. Of course you can, but there would probably be some better options. But farming is what she does. She does it well. She's A tier, definitely. I'm actually very slightly tempted to put her in here, but I'll just leave her here for now. She's excellent. You can't go wrong with Drake in farm. Okay, Edison, damn. I think Edison is underrated overall. He's very good, especially after his buff. Oh man, do I love me some Edison. I'm gonna go through him again real quick though, just in case. Yeah, his defense buff is now targeted and it reduces skill cooldowns on a 5-turn cooldown as well. It's definitely pretty strong, and he of course offers that rare overcharge to an ally by 2. So depending on your comp, he can be really damn good. So he's definitely there as a support. It's kind of awkward that his MP is a damage MP. If his MP was a support MP, he would actually probably be top tier depending on what it did. But again, because it's a damaged MP, he's labeled as an offensive support. So that's kind of it's kind of awkward. But if you can if you have someone who benefits a lot from overcharge, like Cool Alter, or if you have someone who needs that protection from his first skill, and if someone relies heavily on cooldowns, that also works. So you can see why the niches are, you know, can work in many situations. So I'm still gonna it's hard. It's C or B for me. God damn, dude, it's hard. I'm gonna put him in B. I still like Edison a lot. Then we have Dantes. Oh man, Scotty memes, huh? Scotty memes. Of course, no one used Dantes before his buff and Scotty pretty much. I used him though. I've always loved Dantes. So, I mean, before those buffs, he wasn't amazing. I mean, of course, even now, he's not amazing. Not at all. Unless you have Scotty, then he's, of course, top tier. But I guess now we have to establish this. How much do we consider the existence of other servants to you know, weigh on this rating? I think App Media put him an EX tier, so I guess they consider the existence of other servants very vital. But if you consider him only as himself, like let's just say we don't consider that you might not have Scotty, he wouldn't be on EX without Scotty. So it's gonna, depending on how I choose to evaluate him, it might vary a lot. I'm still putting him in A tier, because even without Scotty, he really works as a DPS in pretty much anything. A DPS Avenger is really good. He's basically Salieri that does damage and can live. Well, of course, he doesn't have amazing survival either, but he has a lot more HP, which is a big bonus. So yeah. Yeah, I might change that later, but yeah. You can't see other? What do you mean? Oh, you can't see the EX? Do you mean that? There's the EX. Anyway, Blackbeard, damn, just a really awkward unit to be honest. Pretty much a pure DPS with a small bit of survival, but no, doesn't really have any MP gain, no batteries. Ugh, I don't know. Blackbeard is just, I don't really see a lot of situations where you would pick Blackbeard in, to be honest. It's just, as much as I like his character, he's funny as fuck, gameplay wise, you know what, he's not terrible, so I'm just gonna put him in D. You can use him. Sure, you can use him. He's not terrible, so I'll put him in D. You get a friend who max skill him. Same, dude. And I really have respect for that guy. Okay, then we have Elizabeth Brave, so the Saber. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Basically, she has a big demerit, and that's her third skill. It's garbage. It basically makes it non-existent, and having -1 skill is obviously very bad. She can do damage though. Free MP5, again, nothing to sneeze at. Her MP does a good amount of damage. But the thing is, she basically has 2 skills. So that's a minus. Because you pretty much would never use the third skill. It doesn't really make any sense. You can't see below. How does it look? Oh, there you go. Maybe now you can see. I mean, free MP5 is good though, but how good is it? But the thing is, sabers are actually somewhat hard to come by, so I guess you should consider that as well. I'm gonna place her in C. Average. If it wasn't for the free MP5, she would probably be in D. So yeah. Then we have normal Elizabeth. Not bad at all in my opinion. After the buff to her charisma, which gives females an additional charisma, actually can work. In my opinion, she's pretty much what you would consider an average Lancer. So yeah, I would put her in C. Pretty much. I think she's like she's your, if someone asks you like, there we go, is this better? Nah, this is better. Like if someone were to ask you, what's a good average Lancer? Yeah, this works. This is pretty good. Oh god, that was a voice crack and a half. Oh my god. Jesus. Anyway, let's move on. Ignore that. Then we have Caster Liz. Again, another welfare Liz. Free MP5 as well, obviously, as a welfare servant. Considering damage casters are kinda hard to come by, I think she's pretty good. Like, most casters are probably like supportive, offensive supports or full supports. She's definitely full damage. And free MP5 makes her MP do a lot of damage as well. Her kit is sadly pretty outdated. It's not really amazing. I might put her in C as well. It's hard to say. Again, free MP5, she's here. She's still very usable. I use her from time to time, definitely. Not bad. Not great. Yeah. Emiya Alter. Damn. Pretty solid, honestly. Emiya is pretty solid. Kit, very defensive, but it's also very good. Has some offensive buffs as well. MP can do quite a bit of damage. Sadly, getting several copies of him can prove difficult considering he's story locked, but even at MP1, very usable. Very, very usable. Good damage, good survivability, honestly, all around a solid archer. You can't really go wrong. If you need some ST archer DPS, Emiya is definitely good. But I don't think he's excellent or even great, so I'll put him in B. Yeah. Oh man, damn. Yeah, this is gonna be a long stream, huh? Then we have Kiritsugu, huh? Emiya Assassin. Oh man, an Arts ST Assassin. the thing is, even though he's arts, he can actually be a really good star generator. His Buster has like 7 or 8 hits, I think. So he can, with a good Brave Chain, he can get up to 40 stars or more. Like, I think people sleep on his star generation. It's actually really good. And after his MP gets buffed, it actually does damage as well. Like before the buff, it's kind of a wet sponge, but still a solid assassin. Again, if you're running an assassin comp, it's kind of awkward to have an arts assassin, but yeah, also targeted focus can be a really big utility for your team, definitely. Like, let's say you're running casters as your support, and of course, if you're running him, you're most likely facing riders. You don't want those riders attacking your casters, so you can take a turn off, make them attack him instead. Pretty good. I'm gonna... Oof. After his MP buff, I think he's in B. Pretty solid. Then we have Emiya, and man, oh man, oh man, I think Emiya's buffs have been like the biggest in the whole game. Like before his buff, he was pretty but after his buff, he's really strong actually. He can be an absolute crit monster. Like 100% crit damage for 3 turns. Are you actually high? That's insane. Excuse me. Like couple that with like a Merlin, he doesn't even need an MP to kill people. He's a crit monster basically. The MP is just like there to be used for farm, I guess. Like he doesn't even need his MP to do a lot of damage. His upgraded Hawkeye is just so good. I'm gonna put him in A actually. Yeah, I agree with you guys. The buffs are pretty insane. And we have Clay. Oh man, I've been using him a lot, as you guys probably know. And Clay, actually, pretty good. Pretty good. Sadly, he's held back mostly by his low attack as an SSR. But besides that, after his strengthening, when he gets a dodge as well, he's pretty good. He has a lot of sustain, of course having the biggest heal in the game. His MP does a good amount of damage, and of course if you're fighting divine enemies, it's a guaranteed stun, which is always good. Sadly, RNG the buff on his first skill. Of course, Buster buff guaranteed, which is really good, as you really want that for his MP. But yeah, honestly, really solid unit. You can't really go wrong with Clay. I'm putting him in A. Yeah. I don't think he's quite there for EX, but I think A is pretty fair. Anyway, then we have Eric, huh? Damn, that really took a turn, huh? Eric, oh man, I don't even know. I think Eric is just here. Like, he's basically Darius, but even worse, to be honest. He's not that good at all. I don't know. It's just like both him and Darius suffer from the same problems. They can't really MP without like kaleidoscopes. Their kits are pretty damn awkward. I don't know. It's just you wouldn't really pick him ever, to be honest. I picked him once, basically for his debuff, because he was cheap. So yeah, that's pretty much the only time I've picked Eric. I can't really... Okay, maybe I should zoom out a bit more. Is this better? Can you still see? Maybe more? Maybe you can see more now. Is this better? Do you guys like this more? But anyway, we have Uriel. Uriel is really good. Again, no bad archers. Really good. Of course, you wouldn't really pick Uriel besides against males, but again, her niche is pretty actually easy to, you know, make happen. A lot of Sabers are male. A lot of Berserkers are male. I mean, even if the class was neutral, you could still probably pick her. her male damage modifier is actually pretty insane. And her kit, pretty solid as well. I would rate Uriel an A, definitely. She is really good. One of the easiest niches to fill, and when you do it, she shines. Okay, Fergus, huh? The star of my latest video. Kind of fitting, huh? Where should I put Fergus? AoE Saber. Again, a lot of people don't know, but he has a full buster deck. Like 3 busters. It's kind of awkward in my opinion. His MP gain is pretty terrible because of that. And besides that, his kit is pretty outdated. Not really much to look at. MP doesn't... It's the generic AoE damage, reduced defense after. I'm putting Fergus in D, sadly. He's just... I mean, he has uses, but... just not very amazing or good. A lot of people might disagree with that, but yeah. Damn, we have Fion. Now, I assume a lot of you guys would put Fion in E, but no. He has had 2 buffs, and they actually make him usable. He's actually okay. It's not bad at all. He doesn't have like 10 turn cooldown on his dodge anymore. And he is a really good support now as well. He's not E. He's far from E. He's very usable. I'm still sad that his arts buff is self-only, but he does offer star generation and MP gain for the party, which is pretty good. And his MP after the buff also hits pretty hard. So not bad at all. He's C, I think, but a possible for B. But I'll just put him in here for now. What is Atlanta altered here? You can't see it. It's cannot evaluate because I honestly have no really any experience of her. And on paper she doesn't seem amazing, but yeah, I just left her there for now. I know you guys will disagree with that, but dude, Fion after his 2 buffs, actually pretty good. You guys are just memeing when you say insta burn and shit. He's not terrible. He's very usable. So there you go. Okay, we have Fran. First off is Fran Berserker. Again, she still has that stun on her MP. They still haven't done anything with that, so that's really awkward, to be honest. Like, at least Tomacat has, you know, a way to prevent that, but Fran really doesn't. Her MP can do good damage, yes. Golden Rule, pretty awkward on her. The stun with the defense down is pretty good though for a Berserker. And I think she has tactics, maybe? Maybe there wasn't tactics, but some MP gain, and not MP gain, MP damage skill. But yeah, I think I agree with you guys. She's in C, despite the stun in her, self-stun in her MP and kind of an awkward kit. She's good for farm, if you can, you know, get her to MP with like a support or something, which is not, you know, super hard to I guess. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's not tactics, it's overload, which is arguably worse. I don't know. And we have Summerfrand, and I pretty much never used her, so she might have to go on the cannot rate, but I'll still check her out quickly. Let's see. MP gain up. Oh, which is you can't really use it before you have MP gain. Interesting. Or you have 10% MP. Attack reduction. Oh, she has like conditions on her first 2 skills. Ugh. Oh, buff removal though. That's pretty good. Attack buff 3 turns. MP damage 3 turns. That's pretty good. Riding EX mad enhancement E though. Riding EX is actually very amazing on her because she's a quick saber though. That's pretty damn good. It's not bad. You know what? Maybe I should evaluate her. Attack is sadly pretty low. Pretty low. Oh man, I don't think the rating would be fair, to be honest. there no other chilled music in your house? You want chilled drum and bass? I don't think I can really use anything else because I would get probably demonetized. Even this is cutting it close. I'll place her here for now, but I trust you guys that she's very good. She seems very good on paper, so. But I'll just place her for there. Hello, Chaya. Okay, then we have Gawain. Gawain. Another Buster boy with a pretty. I mean, of course, if you can, even if you can't fill his niche of you know, sunlight field, he still can do damage. You just don't get that Buster buff, which is sad. His guts is so awkward. Like, it's an MP battery, but then again it's a guts on the same, and the guts only lasts for one turn. Excuse me. So it's really awkward, and that's pretty much his only defense. MP is burn, which isn't really that good. I do love Gawain though, but how good he is, I don't know. If only we had the Camelot version. Oh man. I'll put him in D because he's also kind of expensive as a 4-star. Okay, then we have George, and man, George is pretty damn solid, as you guys probably know. A very tanky unit for a 2-star, which is good, considering he is a tank. His kit pretty much works perfectly. It has good synergy. His MP is kind of awkward though, because, you know, the dragon trait pretty much, if you're not using the meme comp, it doesn't really do anything for you. But as a tank, he works. He works really well, and he's cheap as hell, so it's very easy to fit him into a comp if you're struggling with cost. So I think I will put him in. I did say I think Daeon is a better tank, but just because he's so cheap and easy to use, I'm gonna put him in A. Daeon is still a better tank, but the thing is, you can't always afford Daeon over George. Yeah. Oh man. I'm sorry, Geronimo. I'm sorry. It's just that, of course, you're usable, but the thing is, why would you ever pick Geronimo over someone else? Like, you just, I don't know, you just wouldn't. You wouldn't. His kit is the worst in the game, in my opinion. It's so sad. They really need to buff him. If any servant in the game deserves a buff, it's Geronimo. I know Fino will kill me for this. I know. I'm sorry, Fino, if you ever see this for whatever reason. I have to be realistic here. I do like Geronimo though, but why would you ever pick him over someone else? No. Then we have Castigal though. A huge up from Geronimo here. Damn, he just, like, Castigal has a really good kit. Like, he's probably the only servant in the game who can generate stars as an arts servant. And we all know that arts has god-awful star generation, but because his MP has insane hit amounts and he offers that massive star buff for the whole team, he's pretty nuts. And his arts buff is also very good. He's pretty much as good as an offensive support gets, pretty much. I agree with A on him. I do agree on that. To be honest, again, he might be one of those that could be here, but for now I'll leave him in A. Then, of course, following Castigal, we have Archergil, King of Heroes himself. Again, really strong, super strong, but the thing is, his kit is kinda outdated. If his charisma got like buffed or something, I mean, it's hard to, of course he's at least an A unit. I mean, that's pretty clear. A lot of you guys are saying EX. It's hard though. Yeah, I mean, even if his kit is pretty outdated, he's still really good. like every time you're fighting servants that are like sabers or berserkers, you can just use him and he does a lot of damage. He has amazing MP generation, he has a battery, he has buffs, he can crit really hard, his attack is pretty good. Like he just really doesn't. The only negative that I can really think of is that he doesn't really have a survival skill. But the thing is, you would run like Merlin with him anyway, so you would be good to go anyway. So he's the least EX of the EXs here though, but he's EX still. Yeah. Anyway, now we're gonna go a bit lower again with Caster Jill, huh? Caster Jill. Oh man. Again, you're like Geronimo that I don't see why you would like almost ever pick you over someone else. Again, your skills are terrible. The only skill that's actually has some use is the one he gets from the strengthening, his third skill, which inflicts terror on enemies. But that's pretty much it. That's like everything he offers. It's so sad. Caster Jill is a disaster. And not to mention, he's story locked, so most people only have like MP1 or something. If even that, a lot of people don't have him at all. Because he doesn't really have a lot of rate ups, and why would you roll him? Because, you know. I mean, let's not forget though, he is the coolest servant though. You can't deny that, but in terms of gameplay, no. Anyway, then we have Saber Jill, and oh man, oh it's a really rough life for Jill, huh? It's a really rough life. It's just again a really awkward unit. Like he's clearly meant for like a I guess do damage with his buster cards, because if you max his third skill, you have 100% uptime on his buster buff, which is good and all. But the thing is, he also has like tactics, which is completely useless on himself. So in a way, he's meant to be like a support as well, which doesn't really work how he's supposed to be played. He's just a whole awkward mess. Like, oh man, yeah, it just doesn't work. I'm sorry. Like, if you want Buster Sabers on the same rarity, just pick Betty Veer, to be honest. Oh yeah, I don't even. What the fuck are you here? I don't fucking know. Yeah. Okay, Gorgon, huh? Gorgon. Damn, Gorgon is probably one of the weakest Avengers. Oh man, her MP is like a wet noodle. Oh, what the fuck is wrong with my voice? I keep cracking. Holy shit. Her MP does barely any damage. Her kit is not amazing. It's not terrible. It's not amazing. And considering most enemies you fight would be neutral damage. Oh man. Oh man. I'm sorry, Snack lovers, but Gorgon is in D for me. It's just not a whole good unit. You can use her, but don't expect her to be a monster, which is, you know, kind of ironic. But yeah. Yeah, and she's story locked also makes... like you'd be happy to have MP1, and even at MP1 she doesn't really do any damage. So yeah, it's sad. Hopefully they buff her as well. And we have Hans, and man, well, Rexland will probably kill me because he hates people who, you know, absolutely praise Hans. But Hans is fucking amazing. I can't get over it. He's so good. He's amazing. He has the cost of a 2-star, and those fuckers, they had the audacity, they had the balls to buff this guy who was already so strong. They completely removed the demerit on his third skill and made it targetable, and it made it even better. I don't get it. His buff was so over the top. He's absolutely amazing. After the buff, he's an easy EX tier. He really works. He's just so good. He pretty much works in every comp. Even if you keep him at level 65, no grails or anything, if you just like foe him and give him in 20-30, he still has like 11k HP. So even without, you know, survival benefits, he can still take hits. He's just, he's a nuts machine. He's just so good. Anyway, and we have Serenity, huh? How does this even look? Oh yeah, I guess you can see everything. Good, 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 good. Serenity. She did get buffed as well. Not yet on NA, but she has like a poison and insta-death niche, which is very awkward and doesn't really work. Sadly. Very sad. She's cute, if anything, but what she does, I don't know, you're probably a D, because there's so many other better assassins out there. Speaking of which, we have 100 Faces on, who is basically Serenity, but a lot better. Like, after 100 Faces buff, she's pretty damn strong. Like, that art's vulnerability, oh my god, music is off. Give me a second. Like, after her MP buff, it's really spammable pretty much. And it enables your other teammates as well. Damn, it's just, like, she's really good. Really good. I would probably put 100 face... I lost my list, there it is. I would probably put her in B. Really strong. Then we have Cursed Arm. We're gonna go through almost all of the Hassans in one go. Cursed Arm, huh? Cursed Arm. He also got buffed, so he's actually okay. He can generate stars. Okay. Basically everything he does is okay. He's pretty good. He's cheap as a 2-star as well. Oh man. But because he has protection from wind, which is an amazing defensive skill, I'm still gonna put him in B. He's just that good. Generates a lot of stars, which you want from an assassin. He's quick, which you want from an assassin. He's durable, which is always a bonus. Can do some damage with his MP as well. Just a good unit. Just a really good unit. Oh man, Beast Kiara I won't evaluate either, because she's not playable. And then we have Hector. God, I forgot his name for a second. Hector, huh? Again, his kit, kinda awkward. It's like all over the place. I don't even know what they wanted to do with Hector, to be honest. It's just... I don't know. He's okay, but... like... okay at best. I think he's either in C or D. I'm gonna put him in D, because... again, without support or anything, he's kind of weak and doesn't really do much. Just, yeah, doesn't really do a whole lot. Ooh, Helena, huh? Now that's a pretty, like, again, like Caster, she's pretty good when it comes to offensive supports. Like, really good. I don't think she is as good as Caster, but having said that, I would probably put her here. You guys would probably put her in A, which I don't think is wrong. I might put her in A as well. But I think B is kind of fair. She's still really good. Really good. Oh man. Hercules, however you want to say his name. The OG himself. Now, do we assume when we're talking about Herc that people have the Bond C? Because that's a pretty big, you know, factor here. And I think it's kind of fair to assume that, because, yeah, you know, it's what makes him pretty much. Okay, because of the Bond C, he's here, but I still think Cool Alter is a lot better, even if you have his Bond C. But if it was without his C, he would probably be here. But I'm gonna assume we're talking about his Bond C, so he's there. But he's, again, like Gilgamesh, they're both low EX tiers. So yeah, then we have, oh man, Heroine X. Just a normal one, the classic, the assassin. Oh man, where should I put you? You're not very strong. Even after your buff, you're not very strong. Again, although riding EX is really good on her, like actually super good. But the thing is, the niche is so stupid. It doesn't make sense. Why would you ever pick MHX when you want to fight Sabers? Like, just wouldn't. Best case scenario for her is when you fight like Maid Alter, who is a Rider and Archeria, so there you go. But the thing is, her niche is just so dumb, it doesn't make any sense. But because she actually still can work as an assassin, she generates stars pretty well, she has riding EX, her MP can do damage, etc. I'm placing her in D. She's not bottom tier, but she's usable. And after her buff to the instinct, she actually has survival in the form of invulnerability for a turn, which is pretty good. Where's Grams on this list? Where hasn't he placed yet? Oh, he hasn't been placed yet. Let me see where he is at. He's somewhere in here. I can't see him right now, I'm blind, but he should be in here. Anyway, you can maybe spot him. Okay. We have Lobo, aka Dogo. Dogo, huh? Where should we put Dogo? Did get buffed as well. Sure. But again, he's pretty weak. He's pretty weak for like he can die pretty easily, and his damage is not amazing, but he can do quite a bit of damage. I'm putting Dogo in C after his buff, to be honest. He's still not amazing, but very usable. So again, that's the OK tier, and that's I think where he fits in. I think mostly you'll be happy that he has buff removal. That's always a good thing. Oh man, Hijikata. Hijikata. Damn, we're almost 2 hours into the stream and we are not even close to being done. Holy shit. This is gonna be a long stream. Hijikata, huh? He's good. He's good. Again, you will definitely play a very risky strat if you play him, because he works best when he's low HP. But his damage potential is like, woo, it's massive. It's crazy. He can do so much damage. But the thing is, he can very easily die as well. Just, I would put him in C, to be honest. Some people might put him lower, some people might put him higher. But I think he's in C. It's just a... Actually, after his MP buff, I'm gonna put him in B. Even now, if you use his MP at full HP, it still does decent damage at least. So I think he can still work, even if you're playing a less risky strat. So yeah, I think B is fair. Yeah. And we have Ibaraki, one of the better 4-star berserkers out there for sure. Pretty good damage, pretty good kit. Again, definitely needs support if you're gonna use her. Don't use her in a full TPS comp. But yeah, as a damage dealer, she's really good. It's really good. No much. Her defensive buffs are also pretty good. She has 2 defensive skills, so not bad. Definitely can take some hits without dying. So yeah. Again, a pretty selfish servant, but pretty good. She's somewhere here, but I think I'll place her here. Yeah. Oh man, Okitan, huh? Okitan. Oh man. You're not amazing, but you're okay. It's the thing is, these Buster and Quick servants are kind of in an awkward spot, but they're not bad. I don't know, dude. It's really hard for me to evaluate her. I haven't even used her that much because I don't have her, sadly. But man, it's hard. It's hard to evaluate her. Again, but the thing is also, Alter Ego is a pretty weak class in general. It's a pretty weak class, gotta keep that in mind. Like, in most cases, you probably wouldn't pick an alter ego. I'll put her in C. A lot of people would probably disagree with that, but she's in the okay tier. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna place her at. Anyway, Okada Izo, pretty good. Anti-servant for sure, anti-humanoid. So you definitely want to pick him against servants. Can do some crits, can do some damage. He's an arts assassin, so it's kinda awkward in that sense. So he doesn't generate a whole lot of stars, but he can do damage. The thing is, he's a limited, so we can't really expect you to have free MP5, which does, you know, suck. So I think he's in C tier as well, to be honest. Like, compare him to 100 Face. I just think 100 Face after her buff is just a better arts assassin in the same rarity category. I think that's my reasoning here, mainly. And of course, you don't really have a free MP5 unless you roll a lot on his banners. So, Sakamoto, we have all of these servants from pretty much the same event. Kind of funny. Yeah, Sakamoto Ryoma. A welfare servant, free MP5, of course, good, but because he's also a 4-star rider, that's a welfare. You can compare him to like Kintoki, and Kintoki is definitely a lot better. But Sakamoto is basically an offensive support, so you can't, in a way, directly compare them because Kintoki is pretty much a full-on damage dealer. But Sakamoto is okay. His kit, okay. It's pretty basic, but it's okay. And free MP5 is good, so I'll put him in B. Pretty good, pretty good. Very usable. Okay. Parvati. It's hard for me to evaluate her, because I haven't really used her much at all. Oh, let me... You know what, for the sake of time, I'm just gonna put her here. We gotta make some speed here. Anyway, Osaka Behime, has had 2 buffs by now, I think. They really want to make her work. She can definitely work, but to be honest, like, they're really trying to make her like a mainstream quick support as well, or a crit support, I guess. But the thing is, compared to like Scotty, I don't know. She's still not amazing, but after the 2 buffs, she's okay. Usable, definitely. And yeah, I think Chad is saying a lot of C, and it's hard. She might be B material, to be honest. Okay, I'll put her in B. After those 2 buffs, she's B. Let's just say that. Yeah, I think that's fair. I'm gonna put them in the same spot because they're the same servant anyway. So we have Mechaliz, a free MP5 alter ego. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Again, alter ego as a class, not amazing. Her kit is very basic, but her MP hits very hard. Yes, it hits pretty damn hard. It also applies defense down before doing damage, I'm pretty sure. So yeah. Considering she's also free, like I said, she's pretty good. But her kit is so basic, I'm still probably gonna put them in B. But yeah, can't go wrong with free MP5 alter ego. Good. Good stuff. Plushies as EX. Yeah, sure. Alright. Then we have Kirke. Considering there's not a whole lot of good single target casters, she actually does get some points because she's actually pretty good. Considering the other 4-star SD caster we're gonna talk about soon. But yeah, Kirke, a Buster MP, does some damage, has a guaranteed stun against most enemies, which is good. Utility on her kit, good. Some damage. Rapid words guarantee MP, good. Just good. And not amazing, but good. B. I think it's B. Very solid. Works as a caster, works as a single target caster really well. But again, not amazing. Okay, then we have Neza. Neza is interesting. Again, haven't used her a lot, but she's okay. Definitely can work for a 4-star Lancer who's AoE. Actually, pretty good. Again, one of those servants that's buster and quick at the same time, but still solid. Basically, a very selfish character. So if you're looking for damage, you would definitely pick her. Otherwise, if you're looking for utility, not really, but for the DPS side, you would definitely pick her, and I think she does her job well. So I think she's in B as well. Lots of Bs, but I think that's how the cookie crumbles, so far at least. Then we have the single target caster I was talking about. We have Queen of Sheba. Damn, like, if you Kirke does have utility as well, but she has a lot of utility as well. But the thing is, her MP is so goddamn weak. It's so sad. Like, her MP does less damage than Media. It's so sad. She's also story locked, so getting more than MP1 is kind of really hard. Oh, like, if you don't have any buffs, if you MP an assassin, it probably does like 40k damage or something. It's just, the MP doesn't do any damage. It's there for like debuffs only. But other than that, her kit is okay. It's not amazing, it's okay. And she's kind of, I think she's supposed to be like crit servant as well, because I think she has self-modification if I remember correctly. But yeah, she's in an awkward spot. I definitely think Kirke is better, sadly. But she's still very usable. Lots of utility. Just don't expect her to do a boatload of damage if you pick her. But works. Definitely. Then we have a Reshkigal. Oh man. Again, I have to look this up because I pretty much, again, I know what she does, but I want to see some numbers and stuff just to get a fair rating here. I have used Eresh a bit, not a whole lot. Right off the bat, she has terrible attack. Well, not terrible, but very low attack. Her MP gain, pretty damn good. Like, we've all seen videos of her insane MP gain. Good defensive skill. Good offensive skill. 50% battery, very good. And she has the unique buff that she can use to, in combination with her MP to buff her team, which is good. So, and she has Divinity rank B in the sense of Goddess's Essence rank B. And Territory Creation A+ is also very good. Honestly, she's a really solid unit. She's a really solid unit. I'm not the biggest fan of Rain, but damn, as a unit, she's pretty damn good. Her MP is pretty much a wet sponge though. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but damn, the utility she offers and how easy it is to spam her MP, and she's just so good. I'm still gonna put her in A tier. Yeah, she's really strong. Not the, like, if you want damage, you would probably pick like Karna instead or someone else, but everything else, she's really good for. Yeah, super good Lancer. Then we have Santa Altera. Actually a really good unit. She's basically the Archer version of Kintoki Rider. Free MP5, quick single target MP. Hits like a truck. Absolute boss damage. Kit is average, I would say. It's not amazing. It's not bad. It's interesting. Pretty good. But the thing is, Kintoki's kit is not amazing either, but he's still amazing, you know? Granted, she lacks a battery. Well, she does have a 20% battery, but not a 50% one. But still, super strong unit though. Like, the free MP5 is so huge. She's really strong. I would probably agree with the A, to be honest. Even without the 50% battery, she's just so good. Oh yeah, of course, the targetable MP buff is really good for versatility, yeah. And then, again, I don't think you can really argue with this. Hokusai is just so goddamn broken. She's so good. I personally know it so well. I have MP2 Hokusai and I have fully golden fold her. Full max skills. She's amazing. You can run her in pretty much anything. You don't have to fight Berserkers. Of course, if you fight Berserkers, she's like EX++++. But even without fighting Berserkers, she just works. Highly spammable, insane utility, good survival, battery, crazy damage. Just so good. It's just, I don't think there's anything bad to say about her. I honestly can't think of anything bad about her. She's just so good. Yeah, exactly. It just works. There's nothing wrong. Anyway, Semiramis. Oh yeah, I was talking about her earlier when I was talking about Cleopatra. Her MP used to be a wet sponge as well, but after the buff it actually does some damage now and offers utility to the team. So she's pretty much a utility damage dealer, but she actually does damage pretty well now. But I don't really know which one is better, Cleopatra or Semiramis. She's pretty good though. I've used both. She does have a 30% battery and an MP gain buff, and she has a triple art stick, which makes her MP gain okay. I'm still gonna put her in A. I think she's still in the same tier as Cleopatra, but I can't really decide who's the better one right now, but yeah, they're both really good assassins. Oh, Fujino Asagami, huh? Again, not a unit I've used a whole lot, so I think for the essence of time, I'm gonna put her here as well. She does look pretty strong though, like a single target Buster Archer, if I remember correctly. But again, kind of have to move along here, and I've pretty much never used her, so yeah. And we have Ilya. Again, Ilya is pretty strong, I have to say. I think the strongest single target casters in the game are Ilya and Sanzang. Them being the only 5-star single target casters still, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, they're both pretty good at what they do. But I still wouldn't say they're like anything, you know, groundbreaking, of course. Even if they're best at what they do, doesn't mean they're absolutely insane. So yeah, I mean, Ilya could be a lot better, but she's still very strong, so I think I'll put her in B. I think B is pretty fair. Oh man, Iris Phil, huh? I'm not gonna put you in E because you can be used, but oh man, you're just not that great. Even if it's free MP5, but you gotta keep in mind it's a support MP, so it doesn't really gain that much. I think it's just Guts HP if I remember correctly. Again, she's a support, so she should be able to use her MP quite often. But the thing is, her MP gain is so bad. Like, it's atrociously bad for a caster. I don't even know how it's so bad, but it is. And she doesn't have any battery. No, I don't think she has targetable MP game buff, I think, but it might be like 1 turn or something. But even that, it just doesn't work. She's like a healer with guts, and in this, it's never really been a meta thing anyway. It's just not a great unit. I mean, free MP5 is nice and all, but when it comes to welfare servants, she's probably the worst. Okay, Ishtar Archer first. Okay, really strong. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of Rin, but I can't deny that both Rins, the 5 stars, are pretty damn good gameplay-wise. Like, really good. But I don't think she is as good as Gilgamesh, so I'm gonna put her here. She still hits very damn hard. Lots and lots of damage. She is pure damage. You would absolutely bring her if you need damage. So yeah. She does what she does really well. Then we have Welfare Rider Ishtar, who arrives in NA pretty soon as well. She's actually pretty good. Her free MP5 makes her AoE quick MP do a lot of damage. Like, her MP does a lot of damage, I can't stress that enough. She offers utility to the team as well in the form of Buster, Quick, and MP game buff, I think, on 1 skill, which is pretty good. Has a defensive skill in Goddess Metamorphosis, and what was her second skill again? I already forgot, but it's probably nothing groundbreaking. But yeah, she's pretty good. Free MP5 makes her really good. MP gain is not amazing, but I don't think that's really a huge issue. Oh, evade with quick cooldown. Oh yeah, it's pretty good. Oh man, this is hard. I think she's in A or B, but I'll leave her in B for now. She might be A though. Anyway, Iskandar, oh man, it's so sad that Iskandar is not really super amazing considering how epic he is. Like, he's just a worse version of Drake, pretty much. It's so sad. His MP gain is worse, his damage is worse, he can't MP as much. Oh, it's so sad. It's a tragedy. Of course, he's still not bad, and he did get buffed, and yeah. I'm still gonna put him in C. He's here. He's the okay unit. I wish he was a lot better though. He deserves to be a lot better. Maybe someday. Oh yeah, speaking of riders, in the same vein we have Ivan, and I personally think Ivan is very underrated. I think he's an easy A tier at least. He is really strong. His kit is super strong. He has good MP gain. He has invul. He has AoE buff removal, which is super strong. He offers stars with a buster buff. His MP does a good amount of damage as well. Like, he's just all around a really solid rider. Like, he's really good. I think a lot of people are sleeping on him, but yeah, it's really good. I'm not sure which one is better, Ivan or Achilles, when it comes to like tryharding stuff, but they're both really damn good. Okay, then we have Jack. Oh man, Jack is good. Jack is definitely good. We all know her as the best star generator in the game and all that, which is pretty much true. Her star generation is absolutely amazing. That's pretty much what she does the best. Her damage potential can be really good as well if you're fighting females, but if you're not, it's pretty average. But star generation wise, no one does it better. No one does it better. So I think because of what she does, she is here. Just because she's the best at star generation, and her kit is pretty versatile as well. Survivability, debuff, buff removal. Yeah. What was her second skill again? Oh man. Anyway. Oh yeah, heal. Offers a bit of heal. Not a whole lot, but a bit of heal. But yeah, the star generation is her main quirk, and she does it so well. Then we have Taiga. Again, I can't really consider her to be MP5 here because she's story locked, so most people don't have MP5, so it wouldn't really be fair, so I gotta take that into account. She's still good though. She's good. She does a lot of damage. Again, a very selfish unit. Pretty much pure damage, no utility at all for the team. But her kit, for what it does, it's pretty good. Again, sadly, two of her skills do have a niche of requiring a forest map, but I still think she's a B servant. She's good. If she was permanent, aka pretty much everyone would have free MP5, she would maybe be here, but for now she's here. Still a very good unit, even at MP1. Yeah, the cooldowns are sadly too big as well. It's one of her biggest, you know, drawbacks. Oh man, Santa Jalter Lily. So, free MP5 Lancer, pretty good. Her MP hits super hard, as you guys probably know. But her kit is not really that good. Like, her skills are pretty weak in my opinion. But again, free MP5 is pretty good, it's pretty nice, like... Yeah. I think she's in B. Would I put her in the same tier as Rider Ishtar though? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe she's here. It's hard to say. She's still very usable though. Oh, is the screen not showing? Oh, let me... There you go. Maybe it's better now. Oh, you can't see the EX now. God damn it. Do I make it even smaller, like this? Can you even see anything anymore? I guess you can see. Okay, there you go. Maybe that's better. Okay, Jalter. I bet a lot of you guys have been waiting for this, huh? Well, this is not a waifu list though, so I can't really be too biased. It would be kind of weird for me to not say EX. Oh man, Jalter, huh? Jalter. As much as I really kind of dislike her, I think she's still EX. Oh, it's hard though. I mean, even without Merlin existing, she's still really strong. Like, her kit is really good. Like, as long as you have some stars to feed her, she just wrecks shit. And her MP is really good. It has a really good buff block and everything. It's just really good. I'm not a huge, again, I don't really like Jalter a lot, but I can't really deny that she's pretty good, yeah. She does have some survival Crimson in the form of Invul, but yeah. Skills could be better though, but the thing is, she is an insane DPS. Then we have normal John, and her buff is actually out on NA as well now, which is really huge. Like, besides Emiya's buff, I think the buff to John's MP is also like the biggest buff the game has ever seen. It's huge. Like, even if they just removed the stun, it would have been amazing, but they also gave it that party debuff removal, which is insane. Like, basically, John is like this. Her skills, garbage, very poor, at like mediocre at best, but mostly garbage. But her class is ruler, which makes her amazing, and her MP is super amazing. But because of her bad skills, I can't put her in EX, I just can't. But she's amazing support / utility, so I'm still putting her in A. But yeah, maybe when her skills get buffed someday, she would be EX tier, but I just can't justify EX with those skills. Oh man, we have... my head is empty. Fucking Jekyll, there you go. Jekyll. Names. Oh man, he's really awkward, isn't he? An assassin who turns into a berserker. I mean, when he is Hyde, he actually does quite a bit of damage, and he has a lot of HP due to the buff. But the thing is, you would only rely on cards after that, because you don't have an MP. You can't even use the MP again for like a heal or anything. It's just stupid. It's kind of weird. He's still not horrible though. He's usable, so I think D is pretty fair. He's cool though. I really like his gimmick. I wish they made more gimmicks like that, but just make them a bit stronger, if anything. Okay, Jinky, huh? Oh, I need to check her buff again. I forgot what the buff did, but she might be okay. Jinky Assassin. Let's see. Buff to her MP. Oh, they added damage and more crit stars. It actually generates a lot of, or gives you a lot of stars now, and does a good amount of damage. Her kit also works really well. It has good synergy. Sadly, her hit counts are pretty low, so her star generation is not really that good, which is kind of what you would want from an assassin in a way. It's hard to say. She's good, but then again, also not amazing. I'm still probably gonna put her in B. Some people would probably put her in C, but I think she's good enough for B. Yeah. I would agree that she's pretty underrated, yeah. Yeah. Okay, Karna, huh? Dude, Karna after his buff is pretty nuts. I would say he's the strongest AoE Lancer in the game in terms of pure raw damage. He does so much damage. He crits hard, he hits hard, his MP destroys. He's strong. He is the damage Lancer, period. But can he reach EX status? Again, pretty lacking on the defensive department, but I don't think you mind that too much, considering you would only pick him for pure damage anyway. Like, you might even run 2 supports with him. I'm gonna put him in EX for now. He's just really good at what he does. Anyway, Kiara, huh? Another alter ego. Again, someone who has been buffed so many times. I think it's 3 times by now, and damn, at launch, Kiara was like, not very good, but after those buffs, he's like, oh, damn, girl can do some work. She offers an incredible amount of utility, it's crazy. Also, her MP, pretty spammable. Doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but it's pretty damn spammable. So after all those buffs, she also has AoE buff removal, by the way. I would put her in A. She's really good. Like, she is the best alter ego in the game. Yeah, she is the best alter ego. Then we have Grumps, the weirdest assassin in the game, if you will, who is basically a berserker in the class of assassin. And he's amazing. He's good. He's really good. His star generation sadly isn't really that good, because triple buster deck and all. But you wouldn't really pick him for stars anyway, because you would just pick him as a raw damage dealer, which he pretty much is. Of course, his MP doesn't really hit that hard either, but I think he's still... his kit is just so good. It's really good. Even if you can't really make use of the instant death stuff, it's just so good. Like, his kit, he's really hard to kill, and that's really good. He's just good, like pretty much the best assassin in the game in my opinion, overall. And we have Avenger Rider, and man oh man is he amazing. He's just so good. Everyone knows how much damage his MP can do. It's everyone knows it. It's just so, it's nuts. Like, attach a black rail into him and he just melts anyone. It's just crazy. But again, his other skill, his kit itself is not really amazing, but it's amazing for what he's supposed to do, aka nuke with his MP. So yeah, I would still probably put him in EX. He's just so good. The free MP5 makes all the difference in the world. He's like top 2 welfares, I think, maybe even top 1. Just so good. Oh man, Kiyohime, huh? Look how many servants we have left. Holy shit. Dude, we might have to do the waifu list like on another day or something. This is so crazy. Oh my god. I might do a second stream tomorrow, because I kind of feel bad if I have to quit after this, because dude, it's already way past my normal stream hours. Damn, and it's still a lot to go. Anyway, Kiyohime, normal berserker Kiyohime. She got buffed as well, right? When her animations got updated. Let me check. I think she might have. I think her MP might have gotten buffed. Kiyohime, let me check. No, it wasn't her MP. What was it? Oh, the shapeshift got buffed. Oh, more burn, but I guess the bigger side is the increased defense on it. Her kit, I don't know. It's okay. It's okay. She's okay. You know what? Because she is okay, I'm gonna put her in the okay tier. Yeah. She's okay. Lancer. Pretty good. Lancer's pretty good. Again, very similar kit to Berserker, as expected. When we have variants, they usually have similar kits. Lancer is pretty good, but how good? I don't think she's A tier, but I would probably put her in B tier. She's a tier above Berserker. I think that's fair. Yeah. Pretty good ST Lancer right there. Oh, kid kill, huh? Kid kill. Yeah. Budget Gilgamesh, huh? Pretty basic kit and basic MP, but the thing is, of course, there are no bad archers. I think he's still in C tier. Very usable. C for child, yeah. I think C is pretty fair on him. Yeah. And then Fuma Kotaro. Another servant that I think is very underrated. He can generate so many stars. Like, he's probably the best low star assassin for star generation. His MP generates a lot. He has a triple quick deck as well, as expected. And yeah, his hit counts are amazing. Just really good star generation. His kit is okay. He has a targetable dodge, which is really good. Other skills are maybe not that amazing, but still, it's pretty good. For what he does, he's really good. And I would honestly put him in B. After his MP upgrade, he's here. Yeah. Then we have Kuro von Einsbergen, a very good unit. Again, free MP5 single target archer. Her MP also does a boatload of damage. Her kit is also pretty damn good. She pretty much has everything you would want from a DPS. That's not pure damage. You have a DPS buff, you have a defensive buff in the form of a dodge, and you have a battery that goes up to 50%, which is really good. I still wouldn't place her in EX though. She's still very good, but I'll put her in A. I don't blame a lot of you guys for saying EX, but I don't think she's quite there. But I think A is pretty fair. Lancelot Saber. Oh man, I think he has to be EX. He's just so good. Like, his kit has the best synergy in the whole game. It's so good. Like, everything about him just works so well. His synergy is so good, and he does it so well. He's an amazing crit servant with utility with his MP, generates lots of stars. It's just really good. Like, he's better than most SSR Sabers, pretty much. Oh, you can't see EX? Oh shit. There you go. You can see now maybe. There you go. Sorry about that. I can't really see what you guys see. I see the whole page constantly. Yeah, he's just so good. I don't think you can put him below EX. He's just amazing. Again, yeah, he doesn't have survivability skills, but I think you would build around him anyway in this case. So I think he can be forgiven for the lack of survival skills, because you would definitely build like a Tamamo and Waver with him or something and just wreck house. Anyway, Lancelot Berserker. Since I didn't consider the existence of Skadi with Dantes either, I won't for Lancelot either. So I think Lancelot Berserker would be in B maybe? I think B is kind of fair. Again, his MP generation is pretty terrible even with the buff from the third skill, as expected from a Berserker, but his MP is strong, very strong, and it generates a lot of stars. So yeah, he's a good Berserker. Definitely above the OK tier, so I think B is pretty fair. Yeah, again, we're not considering Skadi here, so yeah. Leonidas. Okay, pretty good unit, honestly, pretty good. He's like a semi-tank. He's a utility tank pretty much, with the buster buff he offers for 3 turns, which is pretty strong. Yeah, I think Leonidas is pretty good. I would probably put Leonidas in B, to be honest. Just an overall good unit if you need some tank, especially if you're running against archers. He's just really good. Okay, Saber Lily, huh? Saber Lily. For the welfare side, she's probably on the bottom tier. Her MP did get buffed, but it's not really, you know, I mean, still free MP5. I think she's still in C tier because of the free MP5 and the buffed MP. She can do pretty good damage, but again, her kit not very good. But for what she does, it's okay. She's there only because of free MP5, right? So yeah. Lubu, pretty good, pretty good. Sadly, kind of, you know, outdated skills at this point. But his MP can work in some challenges, like it does. It ignores defense buffs, so it's pretty good. Does a lot of damage. If you can build around him, he can be a good damage dealer. But again, I think you can do better than him. So I'm gonna put him in the OK tier as well. Yeah, some of you guys are saying B, but I don't know. I think he's in the OK tier, for me at least. Summer Marie before the Rider one. Okay, oh well, she's not really amazing, but you gotta understand, Marie has one big advantage over everyone else, on both forms actually. She has the best defensive skill in the entire game. She gets invul for 3 hits, and it also heals her per turn. It's so stupid strong, like, that's so strong. It's basically protection from arrows on steroids, it's that good. Besides her amazing defensive skill, she's not amazing, but she's okay. Pretty good. I would probably put her in B still. And I would probably put Rider in the same tier as well. They're basically very similar in the gameplay, but just different classes. I think this is pretty fair. They're both pretty good. But yeah, her MP also, Rider's MP also got buffed, so it's actually does some damage now. Anyway, Martha, Rider Martha first. She's pretty good. And again, an offensive support. Can remove the buffs, also positive. Her MP, pretty good. Lots of people probably have at least like MP2 or something. It's pretty good. I would put her in B as well, I think. Just a solid rider all around. Sadly, heal meta is not really amazing, but it's still okay, so yeah. Then we have Ruler Martha, and yeah, just because she's a ruler, that already gives her a lot of points, because Ruler is a broken class. I don't know why it exists, but it does. It's just really good. Her skills are okay, not amazing, but okay, but I guess a ruler can't really have broken skills to begin with. Her MP doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but it's okay, because most of the time it will do neutral damage anyway. I'm still gonna put her in A, because Ruler is just such a strong class, yeah. And if you can get her niche to work on her third skill, Anti-Demon, it's really strong. Benkei, as much as I love Benkei, he kinda has to be here. It's sad. I love Benkei, but it's just, why would you ever pick him like over Leonidas or anyone else for that matter? It's just, his MP is too weak, his skills do very little, like, his MP is like, his MP is probably the worst MP in the whole game. Like, you have RNG stun with poison, or curse rather, I think. That's it. It's just real bad. Sad as it is. Sorry Benkei, but I love you. Okay. Lost Belt Mashu, or AK Part 2 Mashu, definitely a lot worse than the original, so I'm gonna evaluate them differently. But Lost Belt Mashu actually still a good tank. A lot of people trash her because normal Mashu is so amazing, but Lost Belt Mashu is still a good tank, all things considered. So I think she's still in the A tier. Like, a very good tank. By the way, keep in mind that she still costs 0. That's amazing. Like, that's absolutely nuts. She's very close to being here, just because of the 0 cost, but she's here. And of course, having said that, OG Mashu will be EX tier. Anything below EX tier would be ridiculous. She's amazing. She's the best tank in the game. Amazing utility for the team. It's just all around pretty much a perfect unit. 0 cost as well. Fits in everything. Can't go wrong with Mashu ever. She's that good. You can't even debate how good Mashu is. She's just that good. Okay, Matahari, huh? She's not as bad as people would probably think. She can do a lot of defense down. Like, she has like... Oh shit, is it Kita-shot in here? Damn. What's up, dude? Let me give you mods so I can actually see in the chat. Izo and Abby at C, blasphemy. Yeah, but I'm kind of, you know, trying to be realistic here. Also, Lancelot Berserker is low B because I'm not considering the existence of Scotty. I'm trying to evaluate them based on their own performances here. That's why Dantes is not EX either. Anyway, Matahari, huh? Lots of debuff utility, but sadly kind of weak. Doesn't really generate stars at all as an assassin. I'm gonna put her in D, but she's not terrible. She's still usable, but she's probably the worst of the 1-star units. Okay, Maid Rider, huh? Okay, one of the weakest gold ST riders in my opinion. Still not bad though, but it's kind of hard to evaluate her. I haven't really used her much. I might actually put her in the cannot evaluate tier, to be honest. Yeah, I'm just gonna move her there and move on, because we're still, the stream is still going for a long time. Oh man, Media is really good. She's really good. Like, she would probably be in the top 5 3-star units in the game. She's just so good. I don't think EX might be a bit too much, but I definitely think she's in the A tier. She's just so good. She's so good at what she does. MP spam. Fucking, you know, so much MP spam basically. Can remove buffs. Really good. So good. Black Rail works with her really well. Good unit overall. Media Lily, a very different unit. We swapped from like a full-on ST damage dealer to a full-on support. And a heal support, for that matter. Sadly, the healing meta is not the strongest. She's mainly used for like delay comps. Like I used her for unnerfed Kiara. You guys might have seen that video. She's pretty good at stalling. So, but stall meta is not super strong. So I'm gonna rate her in B, I think. But again, if you're gonna stall, she's pretty good. Other than that, you probably don't want to pick her. Yeah. Normal, regular Medusa. Pretty good. Pretty good, I would say. Oh, the music stopped again. God damn it. Let me fix that. Hopefully you're not bored of the music already, but yeah. I'm trying to avoid getting demonetized. I might still get demonetized at the end of the day. Medusa is still pretty good. But I wouldn't say she's amazing or anything. I would probably put her in B tier as well. There are better, you know, offensive riders out there, I think, but considering what she does, I think she does it pretty well. Better than the OK tier at least, so yeah. And we have a Medusa Lily. Oh man, she is kinda on the weaker side, probably. Her kit is very basic, sadly. She doesn't really offer much. She's pretty selfish in her kit, and you could do better with a DPS than her. I would probably put her in D or C at best. I'm gonna put her in D for now. She's just not really that good. Like, you could do a lot better. Like, just picking like some other ST Lancer is probably already better. Yeah. Another alter ego in Melt Release, I guess is her name nowadays. Definitely, I think she's weaker than Kiara, although it's silly to compare them since one is ST and one is AoE and one is Quick and one is Arch. But I think Kiara is still better, to be honest. Again, we're not considering the existence of Scotty here, so calm down with the EXs. Again, we're evaluating them based on their own performance. So, this might shock you a lot of you guys, but I'm placing Melt in B. Mainly because Alter Ego is not really that good of a class. Assassin and Alter Ego are probably the worst classes in the game. And I think Kiara is definitely better than her. She's still good. Very good, of course, but nothing amazing. I would probably just, you know, pick someone else over her in almost every case. So, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, Mephisto... Again, you would pretty much only pick Mephisto for his buff block. So, but it's pretty good. It's helped me a lot personally, but I gotta, you know, discard my bias here. He's not E though, but I would probably put him in D, sadly. He's just, other than his buff block, he doesn't really offer much at all. But he's still better than these two chaps in here, you know. So I'll put him in a tier above them. Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah. We have Merlin. Yeah, let's just move on. Okay, then we have Heroine X Alter. Again, not considering the existence of Scotty. She actually got buffed twice. The second buff was very surprising to me. I was not expecting it. It's also a really weird buff. It buffs like all of the card types for critical damage for one time. It's pretty weird. But other than that, she is okay. Unlike Heroine X, the normal one, because she's a Berserker, you can actually pick her against Sabers, and she will do really well. So her niche is actually really easy to fill. So Heroine X Alter is definitely the definitive Heroine X, in my opinion. But I'm still not putting her in EX, because I'm not considering the existence of Scotty. I think she's still a good unit, so I'm putting her in A. Kiara also has a passive that makes her effective against rulers. Oh yeah, that's also pretty good. Yeah. She's still really good after all those buffs and stuff, so yeah. Not cool Alter tier though. Mordred, huh? Normal Saber Mordred. Oh man. Oh man. Saber Mordred. Pretty generic, you know, all honesty, and her niche is obviously against Arthurs. Of course, does okay even without Archers. I'm just gonna put her in the okay tier. I think she's okay. Nothing spectacular. I don't think she's in the tier as like Arturia and Altera, so I'm putting her in the C tier, basically. She's not bad though, but she's not amazing either. Then we have Rider Summer Mordred, who is pretty exceptional, I would say. Everyone pretty much knows the MP spam memes. Of course it's a meme, but it's also a very viable strategy. It's pretty good. Before we had Scotty spam memes, we had Surfmo MP spam memes, and she's definitely, you know, earned that recognition. But I still wouldn't place her in EX. But she's a very strong A in my opinion. Solid unit, very solid. Especially if you can get higher MP levels. A Mozart, okay, a pretty good 1-star unit actually. He has 2 very amazing skills, which is pretty much the reason you would pick him. But those skills pretty much can make or break a fight, if used correctly. I would put Mozart in B tier honestly, just because those 2 skills are so good. You guys know what I'm talking about, that arts buff and the guaranteed crits for 1 turn. Just a good, and also considering how cheap he is, he's just very easy to fit into like a comp for utility's sake. He's just really good. He might be honestly even higher, but I'm leaving him B for now because his second skill is pretty much dead and his MP is not really amazing. So yeah, there you go. Okay, Musashi, huh? Musashi is really good. Really good. Probably the strongest Saber in the game. Quite possibly. Can't say random, but if you don't mind, put Umcaster in EX. Oh, you can't see EX again? Oh, if you don't put Umucaster in EX, you might actually use your mind. Interesting. Yeah, dude. I understand. Musashi is either A or EX. She's just really solid. Of course, her biggest drawback is her terrible MP gain. Like, without her second form active, her MP gain is absolutely horrible. It's just really bad, considering she has a triple buster deck. Unless she crits with her arts, she doesn't really gain any MP at all. But to be honest, when you pick her, you would probably pick like a support, one support at least, maybe 2, because she's there purely for damage and she does it really well. So I would probably put her in EX. Again, she's one of the weaker EXs. Okay, I guess you can see now better. We're gonna scroll down and gradually, but yeah, there you go. Now you can see the first row at least. Regular Nero, huh? We all know she's like the coup of Sabers. She's very durable with her triple guts. Also has a possible defense buff from Imperial Privilege. And a heal from Imperial Privilege and Migraine as well. So a very durable, doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but has lots of utility and survivability. But because she doesn't really support the team, she's very selfish in a way, and you would kind of hope for selfish servants to kind of actually, you know, do some damage as well. That's why I'm probably gonna put her in the B tier. Again, very good for survival, but the thing is, I would like for her to do like more damage, if anything, or offer something more to the team. So yeah, I think that's pretty fair. Okay, Neurocaster. I mean, even if you hadn't said that, I was still gonna put her in the EX tier. Let's be honest, she is the best damage caster in the whole game. She's just pure damage, good MP generation, just really good utility, lots and lots of damage. You just can't go wrong. Also a 50% battery. She's just really good. She's the strongest damaging caster. That's just what it is. Super strong. Okay, Nightingale, huh? The Nurse of Steel. I mean, if Merlin didn't exist, it would probably be higher, but again, you're kind of in an awkward position, being a supportive berserker. It's a really awkward combination, but the thing is, she's not bad though. She's actually very usable. But yeah, not amazing. I would probably place her in the B tier still. She's still good, but it's just that it's so awkward for what she does. Sadly. If she was any other class besides Berserker, she would probably be in at least A, maybe even EX, but it's just, I don't know. Because you don't need her to do damage, so the Berserker class bonus is pretty much there only as a demerit. It's pretty sad. Nidochris is really good. Top tier farmer, everyone knows you can, you know, instantly MP with her rapid words. AoE MP that can kill, has insta-death chance, which is good for normal farm. Of course, for tryhard it sucks, but normal farm she's amazing. Just slap a black rail on her and she will kill people. Really solid, but I still don't think she's EX. I'm still placing her in A though. Really solid farm caster. She's really good at what she does, but could be slightly better in my opinion. And Assassin Nidochris. Very similar to what Caster does, which is pretty much the theme of these servant variants. She's not as good as Caster, and Assassin is also a worse class, but I do think that Assassin is pretty good, though sadly lacks the rapid words, which is a huge minus, sadly. But she does have okay MP generation, so that kinda makes up for it, but kinda does not. So I'm placing her in the B rank, a tier below Caster. Pretty good though. Berserker Nobu. Now that's an interesting servant. Actually has pretty good skills. You have to move Nightingale one tier above where she is now for that Halloween C. I mean, if this was a waifu list, I would probably do it, yeah. Okay. Berserker Nobu, really strong though. So I might put her. But her weakness is though that she's pretty weak though. Again, she only has one turn of dodge, and that's also tied to her Buster buff, so it's kinda sad and awkward, but she's still really good. Hits very hard, which is kind of what you want from her anyway, and her first skill is great utility, excellent utility. It's like a mini Merlin MP, so I'm placing her in A still. Regardless of her being quite fragile, she does what she does really well, aka being a monster of a DPS. Especially if the target is divine, she will melt faces. Okay. Normal Nobu, gotta keep in mind though that again, free MP5 because she's a welfare, super strong. Keep in mind that most sabers in the game, servants at least, have riding, which is automatically a damage bonus for her MP. So her MP actually has the possibility to do a shit ton of damage. Also, if the target is divine, even more damage. So yeah, she's very strong. Her skills, not amazing, but also not terrible. So I would probably place her in B. Really solid archer though. I used Nobu for the longest time before I finally got my Gilgamesh. But yeah, super strong. And we have Okita, my waifu. Yes, the good old Okita. Sadly, in my opinion, outclassed by Musashi, but still a very, very solid unit. Of course, she also suffers from very outdated skills. Most of her skills only last for one turn, so she's pretty much a, you know, bursty character, but can also do consistent damage. Also has really good MP gain. Unlike Musashi, she actually has really good MP gain. So in my opinion, Okita is an easy A tier servant. Quite not EX, because her skills are quite outdated and they need a bit more oomph to reach that EX tier, but still, waifu is very solid. And we have Orion. I think people give Orion a bit more flack than they should. I'm saying he because I'm talking about Orion here, okay? Get over it. He is still very usable. Good kit overall, I would say. Even if the skills are old, they're still good. First skill, very good. Second skill, of course, it's the niche. And her third skill is a solid defensive skill. MP doesn't do the most damage, but it's great for utility and stall. It's just overall a solid unit. Yeah, Orion is male. Orion is the bear. Artemis is the female. But yeah, when I'm talking about Orion, I like to say he, because it sounds weird if I call Orion a she. It might sound weird for you guys, but that's how I roll. Okay, I'm placing Orion in B still. Not quite A, but still a good unit. Ozymandias, huh? Damn, that is a pretty solid unit right there. Pretty solid unit. A very strong single target rider who offers a lot of utility for the team. Also, one of the only servants that can make his own Imperial privilege guaranteed, which is a huge bonus in my opinion, because RNG sucks. He's really good. He's really good. Also, MP seal on his MP is great for stalling. Good utility. MP doesn't hit that hard, but it's again good utility, and he can crit really hard with his buffs and everything. I'm still I'm not gonna put him in EX though. Some of you might be disagree with that, but I'm still putting him in A. I don't think he's quite there. Not quite. He's still really good. Paracelsus. Para. Actually, after his buff, pretty good. He's a very good budget support for some farm comps even. Offers really good utility. Of course, he's also an offensive support, not a full support, but still a much overlooked unit in my opinion. Pretty good. He can make someone be able to spam if they normally were not able to. I think Paracelsus would be in the B tier, just because of the crazy utility he offers. If he was a full support instead with a better suited MP for that, he would probably be in a higher tier though. Yeah, but he's still good. Passion Lip! Oh my god, my voice is dying. Hopefully we can make it through though. Passion Lip. Again, an alter ego, not the strongest class. I'm pretty sure she has a triple buster deck, if I'm not mistaken. She's like a berserker in the class of alter ego. Can do good bit of damage. Has but again, a very selfish servant. Doesn't offer any utility for the team. But what she does okay, I guess. But again, I don't see why I would pick her over someone else necessarily. I would say she's in the B tier. Yeah, she's a semi-tank as well. You're right with the taunt. Yeah, that's true. How many left? Oh, this many. Can you see? Yeah, quite a bit actually. I'm probably gonna be here for like at least 40 minutes, so hopefully you have drinks or something. Oh yeah, let me show you guys if we can. You guys can't even see anything anymore. Is that too small already? That might be too small. What do you guys think? Is that too small? Now you would at least see all the tiers. God damn, it's small though. Anyway, Paul Bunyan. Actually a good farmer. Not bad at all. Fast MP. She's like a Berserker version of Arash, but not really. Still, is it too small? Okay, it's too small. Yeah, I figured. Let's zoom in a bit. Is this good? Maybe one more. Damn, it's hard though. Yeah, you always join at the best times, shit gem. Your boy in your lad in D tier. I'm sorry, but I'm trying to be realistic. Paul is not EX like Arash is though. Arash is mainly EX because of his you know, suicide mechanic. But I'd place her in like C tier because you can't really make her work without like a K scope for farm. So she's in the OK tier in my opinion. Okay, Phantom, yeah, it's just, again, you would probably never pick Phantom over someone else. It's just, his kit is bad, it just doesn't do a lot of damage, it doesn't really bring anything to the table, not really, so yeah. I mean, I guess Bunyan could be debatable, but I'm putting her in C for now. I can see why she could be higher, definitely. Okay, normal Rider kits. Again, I think it's only fair for me to put her on the same tier as Ozzy. They're almost identical servant-wise. Kets is a bit more selfish, but she also deals a lot of damage. Crazy good DPS. Not as quite as much utility as Ozzy, but again, on the top side of the single target Riders. Still, I really wouldn't put her on EX though, but she's very good. Saber Lily is higher than Arthur because she's free MP5 and her MP did get buffed. So what she does okay. That's pretty much the reasoning. You know what? I'm gonna move Arthur to C tier because of his buff. Now that you said that, yeah, because of his buff, he's in C tier. He's in the C tier, yeah. But still, free MP5 makes a lot of difference. Anyway, Rama. Rama is pretty good. Again, he's a DPS and he does DPS pretty well. He can crit really hard. I think Rama is actually in the A tier, yeah. He's just really good. Lots of deeps. Then, I mean, a B could be debatable, but I think he offers so much damage if you just build a good comp around him. I think he's also pretty underrated. Actually, maybe not, but yeah. Moving on. Is this list updated with the list build 4 servants? Yes, it is. They're right at the end. Nursery Rhyme. Again, pretty awkward. She's a full-on DPS caster, but the thing is, I don't think she does her thing super well. Also, she's supposed to be like a crit servant, which is awkward to say the least. I'll place Nursery Rhyme in D. She works, but she's not, you know, amazing. It's just, I don't know. You can definitely do better than Nursery Rhyme. Many 3 stars probably are better than her. Oh yeah, of course her attack is pretty low. You're right. Robin Hood, oh man, I think Robin is in the A tier. He's just really good. Not quite there for an EX status, maybe, but he's A tier. His kit is really good. Good synergy. His MP is a goddamn nuke. And yeah, just overall really good archer. Hits insanely hard. Oh yeah, why are you're here again? I can't. Anyway, Romulus, Roma, whatever you want to call him. I think he's slightly underrated. Not amazing, of course, but I think he's slightly underrated. He is, you know, pretty good. Media Lily's in B tier. Yeah, she is. Roma is either C or B. He offers a bit of utility with his third skill. Oh man. I'll put him in C for now. Possibly B though. Anyway, Shiki Assassin, really good assassin actually. Free MP5, MP does a lot of damage. Pretty easy to, you know, her MP on her because her MP gain is very good. I would probably put Shiki in A tier because she's just really solid all around. She's probably the best arts assassin. Well, maybe not. Maybe Lee is better, but she's still super strong. Like, considering the MP5 is just, you know, free, it's just really good. And we have Shiki Saber, who actually is better now because her MP got buffed. I think her MP might be the most damaging Saber MP now, if I'm not mistaken. Sadly, the insta-death is kind of, you know, does nothing pretty much. But, and her kit is, you know, slightly awkward, not really amazing or anything. So I would probably still put her in the same tiers like Arturia and Altera, which is B. Yeah, I think B is kind of fair after the buff. And there's Sherlock, again a supportive type ruler who actually is more of an offensive support if anything. He's a very interesting unit, like a very unique one. I don't think anyone is really even similar to him. Of course, ruler as a class is amazing. You know what? He's still a good support, and because he's a ruler, you know, I'm still putting him in A tier. Ruler is just a broken class. I mean, B might be fair, but I think he's fitting enough for A class. Okay. Still going. Rider Alter, aka Maid Alter or Malter, whatever you want to call her. Again, we're not considering the existence of Scotty, so I don't think she is in the same tier as Ozzy and Kets though, but she's still good, so I'll probably put her in B. But I think a C might be, you know, true, but I still think she can do a lot of damage, so yeah, I think B is pretty fair. Wise ruler so strong though, damage isn't great, def isn't everything. Well, because, you know, we're talking about like try-harding stuff here, if possible. Like, ruler is just a really good class. Also, they have the best damage modifier in the game, which is 1.1. It's just a really good class. Anyway, Summer Helena, I'm just gonna put her right here immediately. I've never used her, like legit, I've never used her. I'm not even sure what she does, and we kind of have to get through this list. She's probably pretty good though, but yeah. Summer Raiko, again, she's probably really good. I heard she's like one of the best ST Lancers, but I haven't used her. A lot of these second summer units I haven't really used, so yeah. Okay, then we have Tomoe. Tomoe I can definitely evaluate. She is really strong. Like a really strong single target archer. Mine is actually fully maxed in JP as well. She can do a lot of damage. Her MP gain is pretty mediocre, but she does what she does really well in my opinion. I think she's an A tier servant. Just a really good servant. Can't go wrong with Tomoe if you need damage. Yeah, I'll definitely try to roll for them in NA once Summer 2 hits. Yeah. Mochizuki Chiyome. Sadly, I'll put her here as well. I've never owned her, never used her. I somewhat know what she does. She's like Curse and AoE. Or is it ST? I'm not even sure. Curse stuff, but yeah, I can't really evaluate her. Oh boy, Hozoin. Now that's a really interesting unit. Really good though. Hozoin is super strong. But how strong would I rate him? I'm still not gonna put him in EX, even though some people might. I'm still gonna put him in A tier. Can you even see what I'm doing here? You can't. But yeah, there you go. He's in A tier. He's still super strong, dude. Where did I put Ivan? He's the best AoE rider. I put him and Achilles in A tier. They're both there. You're losing focus. Get a drink or something? I have a drink. Bald man is really good. Yeah, he is. Okay. Okay, let me fix the camera here. Munenori. Pretty good. Pretty good. Wouldn't say he's as good as Lancelot Saber when it comes to 4-star art sabers, but pretty good. I think he's like B tier. He's still a good unit though. He can do some MP spam, but again, not as well as Lancelot Saber, for instance. But still, a solid unit. Very solid unit. A possible A for sure, but yeah. I'll leave him in B for now. Same as Giome, I haven't really used you a lot. Sorry, Danzo. Napoleon, you know what, I haven't used you a lot, but I still want to evaluate you. I'm gonna look you up quickly though, you guys can give me your opinions meanwhile. Let's see, Napoleon. I remember when he was released, like, Kira-shan was immediately like, oh my god, it's the new Gilgamesh, and everyone was like, yo bro, you high as fuck, no way. It was kind of funny. Charisma, MP damage, 30% battery. I mean, yeah, his kit is pretty basic, but it's pretty good, I would say. Pretty good. Anti-divine MP. Attack is pretty good, I would say. He's pretty good. Yeah, he's pretty good. Not bad. Do I put him in A tier though or B tier? He looks pretty stellar though, so I'll put him in A for now. He still looks really good. Sigurd. Another saber that's very similar to Musashi. Again, I have to look you up because I'm not quite sure what you did in all fronts. Let me check. He's really good though, from what I remember. There he is. Crit, Buster Performance, Guts, Star Generation, Debuff Immunity, Divinity, ST, extra damage against dragons. Pretty good. Definitely has better MP gain than Musashi. Attack is very high, which is good. 100% crit damage for 3 attacks. Gee, he's good, dude. He's good. You know what? He's in the A tier as well. Really strong. There you go. Okay, Valkyrie, I'm just gonna skip immediately as well. Okay, Archer John, huh? She is very interesting. Very interesting. She's like a spammy arts archer. Pretty strong. Of course, her MP doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but her kit makes it pretty spammable. She's... Again, I'm gonna look her up just to give her a more fair rating. Let's see. But yeah, she's pretty good. Arts performance, invincibility, pretty good battery, MP damage, good charisma, independent action 10%. Oh man, mamma mia, dude, she's really good. Sadly, her attack is pretty darn low. I'm gonna place her in A tier still. She's very strong. If her attack was a lot higher, she would probably be an EX. Okay, Ibaraki Lancer. Ibaraki Lancer. She's pretty good. She has really good MP generation. She can generate some stars with some MP spam, even though his bust rate's pretty spammable. Overall, she's well, of course, she's like Ibaraki as a Lancer, which is, you know, what she literally is. She's really good. Her MP doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but she can hit pretty hard regardless. Oh man, what do I give her, like a B or an A? It's hard to say, to be honest. You know what? Who do I have on A? Like Lancers, Bryn. It's hard to say. It's probably A, honestly. She's still really strong. Okay. Ushi Assassin. She's great and all, but not amazing. She can still generate a lot of stars. Has an okay kit. Not bad at all. Actually, you know, considering all things, she's pretty good for an assassin. I'm thinking A or B. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. I'm gonna place her in B, but it's a high B if anything. I think. Okay, Jalter Berserker. She's actually pretty good. Of course, free MP5 is good as well. Pretty good. But how good? I'm gonna look through her up again. Let's see. Madness Enhancement EX, pretty good. Her defensive skill is actually very good. Okay attack buff. Small battery with damage increase. MP does a lot of damage. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's close to like EX, to be honest. Oh man, it's hard to say if it's A or EX. Shit, dude. It's hard. I can't really choose. Okay, because of the free MP5, I think it's EX. Her MP just does a lot of damage. Okay, Summer BB. Now this is probably gonna divide a lot of opinions. Some people think she's broken, some people think she's not very good at all, some people think she's okay. There's a lot of opinions on Summer BB. A very controversial servant. Oh yeah, we crossed the 3-hour mark already. God damn. I definitely don't think she's EX tier, but I do think she's A tier. Not EX though. Her MP is very weak. Her kit is good. MP is weak. Very weak, actually. It does barely any damage. I mean, it's okay for stall, but the overcharge is almost, you know, doesn't really do anything because you kind of never hit that extra tick removal, but yeah. Because of her bad MP, she's A in my opinion. Do a 24-hour stream, man. Dude, I would have to do like a mental preparation for that. Oh man, maybe someday. Saber Mabe, huh? She's actually pretty good. Summer servants tend to be pretty good in general, huh? She can do a lot of defense down with her MP. And her kit is okay. Some utility. Not bad. I think B might be fair. She's like Ushi in that sense. I'm not gonna evaluate Foreigner Heroine X because I've never used her. Okay. Diarmuid Saber. I guess I could evaluate him. Let's see. I'm pretty sure I know what he does, but yeah, again, need to confirm his kit. Let's see. He's a quick saber though. Has some dodge, quick buff, crit absorb, crit star generation, defense buff, MP gain up. His MP gain seems okay. Lots of hits on his MP. Honestly, seems pretty good. It's pretty good. Removes defensive buffs. Not bad, not bad. Riding B for 8% quick up. Attack is above average for an SR. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. But how good? He might be A tier, honestly. Or B. I think B or A. Fuck. Yeah, again. Yeah, I think both Mabe Saber and Diarmuid are in the same power level, so I'm gonna put him in the same tier. Oh, Shitonaya. Shitonai. Ilia, Alter Ego. Again, Alter Ego, not a whole of a lot, you know, hella strong class, but it's okay. Not bad. She has battery, she has star generation, some damage buffs, attack and quick. Some utility for the team in the form of defense or damage reduction. Has invul. MP is okay. It's okay. It's not bad or anything. I'm probably gonna place her in the B tier maybe. She's still pretty good, but not amazing in my opinion. Damn, B tier is pretty populated, huh? Okay. Shutencaster. Again, free MP5. She actually gets a lot of points from that, considering there's not a whole lot of single target casters to choose from. So she's actually pretty viable. That's a lot of points for her from that alone. Not a whole lot of utility, but a lot of damage, which is pretty good, because you would probably pick her solely for the sake of damage anyway. So, yeah, she's pretty good. But again, her kit is pretty generic. Nothing really stands out or anything. So I would probably put her in the B tier. I think. Yeah, pretty strong overall still. Xiang Yu, yeah, of course he's the most strongest with Scotty. He's amazing with Scotty and everything. But on his own, it's okay. It's not bad. It's pretty good. It's like an SSR version of Lancelot, to be honest. Still pretty good. He does have some survivability as well in the form of a dodge. Some buffs, generate stars. MP hits pretty damn hard, even at MP1. He's probably an A, to be honest. It's just really good overall. Oh, Lanling, 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 Prince of Lanling. Actually a pretty good support. Pretty good support. Lots of utility. Offers a lot to the team. Support MP. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. He might be A tier as well, to be honest. It's pretty good. Man, oh man. What do you guys think? To be honest, yeah, I think he's A tier. Everybody but Concert U from Lost Belt 3 is A tier, to be honest. Yeah, Lost Belt 3 had a lot of good servants. Speaking of Lost Belt 3, I can't really evaluate you. I've never used you. You're probably good as well, but I've never used you. Oh man, first Emperor, huh? First Emperor. He's pretty strong, huh? Pretty good. Gonna go through his skills real quick. I don't really want to know what he does, but yeah. Yeah. It's a lot of good stuff. Again, his attack sucks, but that doesn't really matter. He's just really good. Just really good. Yeah, he kind of has to be EX. He's just bonkers. Yeah. Okay, I'm still not saying Consort use E. She can definitely do damage. At least she has that one turn where her MP doesn't remove buffs with her second skill. She's not horrible, but she's not really good either. But she's not terrible, yeah. I think E is just too much. She can work, but not amazingly well. Horsey Boy, aka Red Hair. Red Hair, huh? Huh. I'm not gonna evaluate him because I don't have a lot of experience from him, sadly. And also he's story locked, so you can't really expect a free MP5. Bradamante. Oh, how I hate you. But are you any good? You might be okay. Oh yeah, she's quick and arts. A really awkward combination, to be honest. Her kit is very basic, to be honest. Very basic. Her MP is actually pretty good though. That's the best part about her is definitely her MP. It has a lot of stuff going for it. But her kit's not really good, and her attack is kind of low-ish. Not low-ish, but average at best. I'm still rating her at B, but she's not really amazing or anything. This is one long stream. Yeah, I'm actually dumb. I didn't really think this would take so long, but yeah, I'm gonna finish this damn list. Oh, there is oh, let me a sec. Smiley face, or colon D, or colon B. Thanks for the sub. Arash is here. She's in the A tier. Where's she again? There she is. Right there. Anyway, Ruler Kets. She's really good, actually. Free MP5 as well. She is really good as a DPS. Does a lot of damage. A Buster Ruler. Really good. I think she's A tier, to be honest. She's just really good. Just a really solid servant all around. She's very close to EX tier even. But yeah, let's not go crazy. Benyenma. Good old Burb Lolly. Anti-chaotic, anti-evil. Offers a lot of utility though. She's very similar to Narrow Bride in that sense, but she's also can crit due to her fake Mind's Eye. It's hard to say. She might be a tad lower than Narrow Bride or the same tier. It's hard to say. She might also be A tier, to be honest, because she does have really good skills. Her MP, if you can't activate the niche, her MP is very weak, to say the least. But her skills more than enough warrant for her. I think she's still in A tier, to be honest. I will still put her on the same tier as Narrow Bride. They're extremely similar in what they do, and they both do it well. So yeah, I think A is pretty fair. Oh shit! It's one of my favorite servants. It's Assassin Lee. Goddamn. I think he's A tier. He's just fucking solid. This might be a bit biased in it. He's just really good. He's an amazing crit servant. He just nukes with his cards. Of course, you know, he has like 1 or 2 turns of damage, then he doesn't really do much, but he does that nuke really well. Like, he does it really well. He's also pretty durable. Has a dodge and everything. Can spam his MP as well. His MP generation is pretty good. He's just really good. He's a really solid assassin. Not quite on the level of Gramps, in my opinion. Gramps is just overall really like amazing as an assassin, but still really good, I would say. Then we have Mew. Oh man, the failed support, if anything. Yeah, she's kinda underwhelming in a sense, but not terrible. I think she's like C tier. Like, you definitely have better support options out there, but she's basically just like a mini Merlin, if anything. Could use a buff, but yeah, many other servants could use a buff more, so maybe not for a while. Yeah, kind of a disappointment, honestly. Murasaki. Haven't had a 5-star AoE caster in a while. Of course, we already had Nerocaster, who is the best, but then now we have Murasaki, the latest comer, I'm pretty sure. Pretty good, I would say. Even if you can't fill the niche of her MP, she's pretty good. Not bad. But not amazing either. It's hard to say, honestly. You know what? These two should be here, now that I think about it. Now, after I've placed more servants, I put them there only on the start because we really didn't have anything here, but I'm putting Anastasia and Arjun on C. They're definitely a tier above, considering there's servants like MHX here and Sherazade. Anyway, Murasaki, she's still pretty good. Good utility, but I would put her in B. Still, not bad, not amazing. Solid. Solid B. Okay. King Protea. A very interesting servant. A very, very unique servant. You've earned back my graces. I try to please. Alright. She's very interesting. She's very hard to evaluate. I might actually have to move her on the cannot evaluate part. Oh, I've really never used her. I do know her gimmick though. It's just really hard for me to evaluate her without being like fair. Oh man. But I feel like because she's an SSR, you kind of have to evaluate her. It's really hard though. But the thing is, I don't think I can put an alter ego in the EX tier. It's just not a good class. And I definitely don't think she's better than Kiara. At best, she's as good as Kiara, but not as good, or not better. I'm gonna trust you guys, and I'm gonna put her in the A tier. I'm not gonna put her in the EX tier, okay? But she's in the A tier. She's her niche is pretty good though, or what she does, the HP gimmick and everything. And consuming the stacks for MP damage. Oh, this music stopped again. This should be the final loop. I think we're done after. Kama, huh? Kama is interesting. She is not amazing, but she's good. But definitely better assassins out there. But again, pretty good though. Oh man, I'm gonna look her up again, because I don't think I can give her a fair rating as is. Kama. Yeah, there you are. Oh man. Oh yeah, she also has an overcharge, which is pretty interesting. Guts and attack buff. Battery, which is pretty good. Anti-alter ego, right? Her passives are god tier though. Absolute amazing passives, like holy shit. Her MP does a lot of damage as well. You know what? Yeah, she's fucking good. She's an A tier definitely. She's really good. Yeah. I wouldn't say EX, but A tier is pretty fair. We're not gonna evaluate Beast either. Ooh, Ryan's. Now this is probably has a lot of controversial opinions as well, because she's basically like trying at least to become one of those mainstream supports. She's basically like a defensive version of Waver, which is honestly still good. But how good is it? I've been using Ryan's a lot lately, and I've had pretty fun with her. But yeah, she's pretty good. Her third skill is nuts. It's basically the Kanet C in one skill. It's just really good. And her MP is really good with Berserkers. Like, she can make Berserkers pretty tanky with her third skill and also her first skill, offering a lot of defense buffs. Oh yeah, you can probably hear my brother as usual. You guys might disagree with me, but I'm still rating her in the A tier. I think she's still a very solid unit. Good support. Ooh, again, waifu time. It's Astraya. Again, there might be some bias here, but I think she's really good. I think she's actually really strong. She can spam like a madman. Her kit is pretty good as well. Has very good synergy. Pretty low cooldowns as well. And being a ruler is also a really big bonus. Just a really good servant all around, and I would go as far as to say she's also A tier. Again, there might be some bias in here, but I don't know if you guys agree, but I think she's really good. She's really good, like, just really good. There's nothing else to say about it, pretty much. Yeah. Okay, Gray, huh? Gray. Huh. Okay, again, free MP5, very nice. But her MP actually does do some good damage, to be honest. I'm looking over her quickly again. Quicken Buster up, yeah. Self-invul. It's always so awkward when your one turn attack buff is tied to your one turn defense buff. Like, it's really awkward. Small battery, very small in that fact. Passives are okay. And sadly, the MP resistance downs happen after the damage. She's not amazing, but because of course she's free MP5, she's still in the B tier. A solid AoE assassin, definitely. But not on the levels of like Cleopatra or Semiramis. Even at MP1, they will still outshine Grey for sure. So yeah. Ooh, my bro, Kintoki. Again, we're not talking about the crazy whale one-shot comps that require like MP5 Kintoki here. So Kintoki is not in the EX tier. Let's not get crazy. But he's good. He's good. His kit, sadly, is pretty damn outdated. Like, it's not very strong. It's actually, I would say, his skills are rather weak, in fact. But the combination of everything, his kit, his class, his MP, his good attack, just makes him a solid servant regardless, I would say. I'm still rating him on the A tier. It's a low A. It would be like an A minus in my opinion. You're sorry you're dying. You gotta go work tomorrow, but I catch you streaming at time. It's fine, John. I totally understand. This stream wasn't even supposed to go this far, but yeah. I hope you have a good night, dude, and I'll catch you on the next stream hopefully. Okay, Sanson, anti-evil, if he can feel his niche, he's okay. Other than that, yeah. He's not terrible, but doesn't have a lot of use, sadly. Just doesn't have a lot of use. You guys probably agree, more or less. I would assume. Santa Alter, another welfare rider, free MP5. Sadly, I don't think she's as nearly as good as Ishtar Rider, as her kit is pretty much as basic as it comes, but her MP does good damage. That's the best part about her. But again, her kit is, you know what? She might be actually here on the same tier as Saber Lily. I know. They're both pretty much there only for their MPs. Their kits are not very good. Pretty much. Oh man, Regent. Oh man. He's not terrible, but again, he's one of those 1-stars that doesn't really, I mean, memes aside, he's not amazing. He's just not amazing. He's okay. He can generate some stars. But yeah. If this was a meme list, he would probably be on EX tier. It's just there's better options out there because there's a lot of better low star. Like you just go 1 star higher and you have Curstorm right here, who is so much better than Regen, sadly. Anyway, Scotty, well, you know, I guess we just move this there here and continue onwards. Okay, Shisho Assassin. Again, welfare. So I guess I should compare her to Grey in this sense because they're both welfare. So 3 MP5 AoE assassins. And I definitely think Grey is better or at worst similar tier. I don't know. I'm thinking C or B, but maybe C because I do think Grey with her newer kit is better. Yeah. So yeah, I think C is fair. She still does good damage at least. Shisho, I think, is pretty much a staple A tier servant. Her biggest drawback, of course, like many others, is her terrible, absolutely terrible MP gain. She cannot generate MP for shit. So if you're gonna run Shisho, you will definitely need to support her because her MP hits like a truck, but if you can't get to that MP, she's not amazing. Of course, she does work as a crit servant, so definitely still an A tier servant. Very strong. And of course, if the target is undead or divine or both, she will melt. Gilgamesh's beware. Anyway, Shakespeare. Oh, a bit more than 2 rows left. We can make it, guys. Can we do it before 4 hours? Maybe not. Shakespeare? Okay, he offers okay utility and he's cheap. His buster buff is okay. It's not amazing though, but for the cost, you get a pretty much, you get a lot of value for the cost of a 2-star servant. And he also recently got buffed again, so I think he's in B tier. Yeah. Yeah, I think B is pretty fair. You could argue for A, but I think B is just fine for him. Okay, Moriarty. A lot of people say Moriarty is trash. I disagree. I think he's actually pretty good. Especially now that his second skill got buffed. Of course, it still requires you to have stars, but at least now it doesn't take those stars. And it also applies evil alignment to your allies, making his charisma very strong actually. So you can get up to 40% attack on your allies, which is really good. So he's basically a utility damage dealer. His MP still doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but he's still good. I wouldn't say he's amazing, so I would probably put him in the B tier though. But he's still very good. You could argue an A, but I'm thinking he's probably like a B+. He's still, it's very expensive because he's an SSR, so that's probably his drawback here. His MP gain is pretty average as well, even though he has a 3 art stick. Yeah. He's still very good. I love Moriarty, so. Oh, Yanking. Yeah, you're basically the 4-star version of Jack, to be honest. You generate a lot of stars. Your kit is pretty much built for that. Your MP doesn't really do much damage at all. It's mainly there for stars as well, to enable more quick chains and whatnot. But you're not bad. You're definitely not bad. After your buffs, you are very usable. So I would put you in the B tier. 2 tiers below Jack. Salieri should be higher. Well, the thing is, he's just so weak and he doesn't really have any way to sustain himself. So you would have to use him like as your main damage dealer, but you might as well at that point just use someone else in a way. So he's in an awkward position. That's why I put him in D mainly. He might be C tier to be honest, but I'm still not sure. Dandy Grams is limited. Okay, Shuten Doji. She's good, but I don't think she is Cleopatra or Semiramis good. So I think that's a pretty easy B tier. I love Shuten though, you guys know. She's, you know, one of my favorite girls in the game. But I gotta be realistic. Yeah, she's not as good as Cleopatra and Semiramis after their buffs. Of course, she also got buffed, but still, all things considered. Li Shuan Lancer, I think he's underrated. After his buff, his MP is hits pretty damn hard, honestly. Wait, what? Oh my god. Actually, €1 for Achilles. You didn't have to donate anything, but I appreciate it, man. Lee is still, I think he's very good. I have mine completely max skilled and also at MP2 and Grailed, so I'm biased here. But he's still a very strong ST Lancer. Has good utility. Very selfish, but you would bring him for damage anyway. I'm gonna put him in B still. You know, I'm not gonna let my bias be too hard. He's like a B+ though. After his buffs to his MP, he's a B+. Why no George in the tier list? He is here. Where did I put him again? Yeah, he's in A. There you go. There's your George. Sieg. Oh man, I hate Sieg, but he's actually okay. I just never use him. I know he can spam, so, but again, because I never use him, I'm just gonna put him here. I just want to get over him, to be honest. I just don't like Sieg. I really hate Sieg. I know he's okay, but I just never use him. Okay, well then we have Siegfried, funnily enough. Sumanai, huh? He's not amazing, but he's not terrible. Even if you don't fight dragons, he still has a buster buff, so his MP can do some decent damage. I think Sumanai, he's basically the Elizabeth of Sabers. He is the okay Saber. So that's why they're the defining. They set standards. They're here. They're okay, you know? I think that's pretty much how I see Siegfried. He's not bad. It's not amazing. He's okay. And that's fine. Okay, again, can't evaluate you. Spartacus, huh? Spartacus. Oh man, actually, Spartacus pretty good. Actually, not gonna lie. Very cheap, good for farm. But the thing is, you would need like K-scopes or something. Again, you know what? I'm putting him in the same tier as Bunyan because they're pretty much the same thing in that sense. Maybe I should move them both up a tier even. You know what? Okay, you're fine. They're good at farming, so you know I'll put them in B. Yeah, they're pretty much the same servant in very many ways. Okay, Steno. As much as I do think Steno is okay, I think she's still in the E tier. She's just, considering she's also a 4-star, which is very expensive. I just, her MP got buffed, I know, but it just, yeah. So awkward. Why is her MP a buster as well? It doesn't make any sense. It's just so awkward. She just doesn't make sense. The best thing about her is her divine charisma, at least. So she does have a very small niche for those divine D teams, if anything, but yeah, no. Suzuka. Ooh, Suzuka is okay. She's actually my main AoE Saber in JP because I don't have any SSRs. She's pretty good. With her MP buffing crit as well, she can actually crit pretty hard as well. She has okay MP gain and also MP per turn from her skills, and has some buffs in the way of her MP skill, also given an MP damage buff and she has a mana burst, so her MP can actually do pretty good damage. The thing is, she doesn't really shine in any aspect. She's just good, but not amazing. So I do agree with you guys that she's in the B tier. Still a solid Saber. iPhone 10 is trash, right? I don't know. I've never owned an iPhone, so I can't really comment on that. I don't really like Apple products, so I would be biased anyway. Okay, Tamamo, normal Tamamo. The good old Arts Tamamo herself. They did buff her to give MP damage now to the party, which is good. Still needs more to be like on the EX tier, definitely. But I would still put her in the A tier. Just a really solid support, but not EX for me. It's very close though. She's like an A+ if anything, but I don't think she's EX. She's quite not there. I know you guys are saying EX, but I'm sorry, I'm just gonna put her in A. Oh, Tamamo Cat. Tammy Cat. She's pretty much the same as France, so I'm gonna put her in here. They did give her at least a way to fight the self-stun of her MP, so at least she has that going for her. But other than that, her kit is kinda, you know, worse than France, so I think that compensates for it. So they're pretty much on the same tier, I think. They're okay, not the best. Okay though. Okay, Tamalancer though, oh man, she's really good. She's really good. Anti-male though, so doesn't always have her niche, but her kit is still very strong. Her MP gain is pretty nuts. She does solid damage, has a good kit overall, survivability, damage, utility. But I still don't think she's EX tier, but I'm gonna put her in A tier. She's just really strong. What rank did Gilgamesh Caster get? He's in A tier. A very solid unit. Tesla, well, I'm not gonna put him in EX like Gilgamesh, but I'm still gonna put him in A. He's still really strong. Like, honestly, if you're gonna pick Tesla as your damage archer, you're not gonna be sorry. He's just really strong. He does a lot of damage. Like, let's be honest here. His kit is also really solid. Of course, again, pretty selfish, but that's what you want from a damage dealer, for them to, you know, do that damage that they're supposed to do. So yeah, there you go. Oh yeah, Tiamat is here as well. Oh, last line, guys. Holy shit. 15 minutes till 4 hours. Okay. Tawara Tota. Oof. Hit my computer. He's interesting. His skills are okay, but his niche is very hard to land on his MP, but he's still okay. Protection from arrows is still very good, obviously. I think he's underrated. I do think, I agree with some of you guys that he is B tier. He's just a good archer overall. Does damage, has sustain, offers some utility to the team as well. Solid. Just solid. Tristan, basically very similar to David, but kinda not in the same sense. They're both ST and have Harp of Healing. Of course, Harp of Healing does give him a lot of points, but his MP is purely damage. It doesn't really have any utility like David. He does have MP Seal, which is good for stall, and has a battery, but it also seals him for 1 turn. I don't think I don't see that demerit as bad as people think it is, but he's still a solid unit. I'm still not gonna put him in A tier like David, but because of his cost, but I still think he's very usable. He's just an overall solid offensive support archer. He's good overall. Yeah, I know copyrights, but I can't do the waifu stream anymore after this. I might stream again tomorrow, to be honest, because I feel bad because I can't really do it right now, because I do want to let you guys do that. It's gonna be a lot of fun, I just know it, but yeah, we're just gonna do this here. Rider, she really good. She isn't buffed yet on NA or second time, but she's really good. Like, she's not EX, but she's a solid A. She's just a really strong ST rider. You can't go wrong with Ushi. Really strong. Ooh, Vlad Lancer, huh? Anti-evil. But even besides his niche, his kit is okay. He has a very strong rank of protection from fate. Tactics obviously is probably his worst side, but his innocent monster combined with his with the taunt combined with the protection from fate also makes him a pseudo tank in a way. So he's like a tanky DPS. His kit is okay, I would say. His damage not amazing, but definitely good enough. But I don't think I would rate him on the same tier as Lee, so I'm gonna put him on C. He's just okay. He's on the okay tier. It's not bad. He's like a C+. Yeah, C+ is pretty fair in my opinion. Oh, Vlad Berserker. Hey, it's my Arjuna altar, if you know what I mean. Hehe. After his MP buff and his buff to morph, he's not bad. He's actually a solid arts berserker, which is something don't really have otherwise. He works with several servants like Tamamo, Rhines particularly. I've been using Rhines with him and I've had a lot of fun. It's a really good combo. He's not bad. He's not bad at all. It's just pretty good. I don't think he might be A tier, but you know what? I'm gonna put him in B tier though. I still think he's very usable at least. Yeah, I think that's fair. Okay, let's just move on here. Yeah. Ooh, Sanzang. Like Ilya, you are a strong ST caster, but again, or you two are the strongest ST casters. But then again, because there aren't that many, it doesn't really say that much. Your kid is fairly old in a way, but you're still good. Like, you are a solid servant. I rated Ilya a B, so I kind of feel like I should rate her a B as well. But I don't think an A, you know, would be a bad idea either. Okay, if Ilya is like a B+, so she's like an A-, okay? Yeah, let's just say that. Okay, Raiko, oh my god, why did she get buffed again? DW, what are you thinking? Excuse me, I mean, are you drunk, DW? Why did you buff Raiko again? I still don't understand. She was already really strong. You know what, she was A tier before, but I just have to put her in EX now. She's just bonkers. She's bullshit. I don't know why they buffed her. It doesn't make any sense. I know a lot of you guys are saying A, but I just think she's so strong. Her kid is really good. She can do so much. Like, just build a comp around her and she will destroy. It's just dumb. It's just too good. Yeah, she would probably be on the lower EX side though. Ooh, my favorite. It's Jinako. Again, I suppose I can evaluate her after I've been using her for a lot lately. Oh man, she offers a lot of utility to the team. A lot. She's like a utility machine, and she's a tank. Her damage is non-existent, but she offers so much to the team that I'm actually willing to put her on the A tier. Might be some bias there, but fuck, she's an amazing tank, and the amount of utility the team gets is just crazy. Like, her first skill is bonkers. 15 stars per turn, attack up on all allies, and what was it, MP gain? Not MP gain, I should know. Fuck, my mind is blanking out. You can tell I've been streaming for a long time, but anyway, she's nuts. Lakshmi, I'm gonna move here. I can't even use her yet because I don't have mirrors to ascend her, so I haven't used her at all yet. William Tell, nearing the end. He's actually solid. Again, no bad archers. He continues to trend. Pretty damn solid. So, yeah, and he's permanent, so you can pretty much expect a MP5 sooner or later. So, yeah. I might actually put him in A tier. I think he's at least a B tier, but yeah. He's a solid archer. I think he's in maybe B though. Just really good. Oh man, Arjuna Alter. I mean, I haven't really used him much, but he is just really good. I mean, his kit just works really well. His attack is high, his passives are crazy, his skills are crazy, his MP procs from itself. It's just, oh, I don't know. It's just, he works too well, and it kind of annoys me. He just works too well. Anyway, Hot Wheels, he's actually really good as well. Hot Wheels, I think he's very much like Tomoe in a way. They're both SR, ST, Buster archers, but I don't think he's like crazy tier. I'm putting him in the same tier as Tomoe, which is A. He's still a very strong unit, even at MP1. Just a good unit to have. Hot Wheels is good, yo. Oh, man. And we have, finally, Asclepius, the latest addition to the support squad. And boy, did they do an interesting addition there. He's pretty much just a much better version of Irisfield. He's cheaper, his kit is better, he can enable farm comps. It's really good. Not amazing, but very good. And even if he's story locked, you don't need MP5 at all. MP1 is totally fine because it's a support MP anyway. I very much agree with you guys on the tier, and he will be in the B tier. If some people come up with some crazier strats for him later, he might go into the A tier, but yeah, there you go. Holy shit, dudes. Is it over? I think it's finally over. Oh my god, that was almost 4 hours of tier making. Jesus Christ. Now, do I want to swap anyway? To be honest, I'm kind of done here. Let me press here. I'm gonna save this image. Oh man. Oh, here we go. It just takes a while. Lags a bit, but yeah. What do you guys think? Oh, here we go. I can save it now. There we go. Holy shit, dudes. Yeah, you can see the top side as well. I'm so spent, dudes. It's 5 AM. People split a watch, right? Yeah, I assume. I'm surprised you hung out for the whole stream. Oh yes, now that you're here as well. Speaking of which, farewell messages, suppose. Shout out to my patrons and members. You guys are amazing for supporting me. I need to add you back there, Chris. Subscribe if you have not. I stream every week, post videos every week. It's great. Yeah, I don't really have a lot of stuff to say, to be honest. Yeah, you can follow my Twitter at MystFGO. Join my Discord if you want there. All the links are in the description. And yeah, it was a good stream, right? Hopefully you guys had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun, even though it was really exhausting. Altair, thanks for the sub. But yeah, I might do a second stream tomorrow, like I said, where you guys get to build the waifu list. And that should be a lot of fun, definitely. So, yeah, with that said, I'm spent. I'm gonna grab some, you know, evening snack, I guess, and then I'll just go to sleep soon, I guess. Hope you guys had a good one, and I'll possibly see you guys tomorrow, okay? See you then. Peace out.